this season as well. And it's the final race as well for bronze. We've had 20 epic races, haven't we, this season? And of course, we did miss Vietnam then, which is a big shame, isn't it, really? But yeah, so for the 21st and final time, we are going live fed for the bronze race as well here in Abu Dhabi. And what a perfect way to end off the season as well then, as quickly get rid of all my notifications as well. Then, of course, both championships have been wrapped up, haven't they? But there is still going to be some pride on the line, though, isn't there? But there's still going to be some pride on the line now, isn't there? So yes, so don't take this race too lightly. Yes. Anyway, excuse me. That was me just quickly doing the tweet. I can't do two things at the same time. There, I am running slightly late tonight, then, as you could probably tell. But yep, we finally got here. We finally sorted it out, and as we said, then for one final time, then, and I've got a bit of a tear in the eye here tonight. It's going to get very emotional, isn't it? But of course, I got to sort myself out, slap myself back into gear, and get going once again. Then, as we are just quickly going to get up the drivers and the constructors standing shout. Yes, it has all been decided, hasn't it? Even though last night, I gotta say, I'm glad it's all been decided, because last night I don't think I can go through another race like last night. Goodness me, twists and turns, wasn't there? German crashed out, didn't he? And that really set up a tense affair where Murphy was trying to come through the field, wasn't he? He was 2 positions away, 5 seconds away from being crowned the silver champion. You really couldn't write it, couldn't make it up last night, and I think that is probably the best showdown of ALR in ALR's history, in my opinion. That was absolutely fantastic, and that is going to live long in the memory, in my opinion. Right then, in the drivers and the constructors, this is how it stands at the moment. Then it is Velocity has won the championship. Then he is 79 points in front of Energetics, who is second, who's also crowned runner-up as well. So congratulations to both those two drivers. They have been brilliant this season. Now Energetics has been said, I think this is the second time in 2 years which he's been runner-up. Energetics has there. Nunda and Newman is battling for the final promotion spot, then up into silver. That is very intense indeed. 5 points separates those two drivers. Going to get very interesting indeed. Mike is in 5th position. Sean Hammers, what a performance this season. 7th then. We've also got a good old battle between Curly and Ayrton for 7th and 8th position. 3 points separates those two drivers. Rembo in 9th position, and she's 21 points further back, and 10th position is Bradfield then. Cummings' absolutely amazing strategy call last week in Brazil was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? I love that, right? I love that. That was a brilliant call, wasn't it? On the he came into the pits, didn't he? Literally at the perfect time, switched on those intermediate tyres, and that's won him the race there. Absolutely, it was genius, wasn't it, for Cummings? He has propelled himself up into top position in the Drivers' Championship. He's 2 points away from the top 10 of Bradfield and Roscoe. So can he make that? Can he get into the top 10? Steve is also would like to be in the top 10 as well. He is currently about 7 points away then. So those two drivers are very much on fine form at the moment, aren't they? So it'll be good, interesting to see those two then really make up the composition in the final stage then as well. So them two have been very much on hot form, haven't they? In the constructor standings, Williams said have got 522 points, haven't they? They've really dominated this season, haven't they, at the Williams team? And we've got one car on the screen now. Then 206 points in front of McLaren. Then, but around Austria, that's where McLaren's incredible season kind of derailed itself, didn't it? Unfortunately, because up until that point, McLaren I think they had 5 Grand Prix wins, didn't they? In the first half of the season, and that was just under 50%. Incredible stuff from McLaren. Unfortunately, it's kind of fallen apart since then, hasn't it? Alfa Romeo in third position, are 61 points behind McLaren, so they should be status quo. Then AlphaTauri are 67 points behind Alfa Romeo, so they're also status quo as well. Renault only 25 points behind AlphaTauri, but there needs to be a big point swing, as the same with Ferrari as well, also 25 points behind Renault. Haas are 18 points further back from their engine supplier Ferrari, and we got Racing Point, who are 39 points back as well then. But I think the close battle will be between the Mercedes and the Racing Point for 8th and 9th position then, as that is Ayrton's old and current team, isn't it? So I wonder if Ayrton's loyalties might be divided then. Perhaps not, I would say, because he is a Mercedes driver, isn't he, tonight? And of course we've got Red Bull in 10th position as well. That's the drivers and the constructors standings done then. In terms of the lap record around here for bronze, it's actually set by Forza, which is a 1:37.939. And Energetics has the lap record of a 1:31.138 then. Is that going to be broken tonight then, here tonight in bronze then? Well, I would say, I would hazard a guess and say yes, really. on board Velocity now then, so then Velocity is the world champion. He's had an incredible season, hasn't he? We've listed off his accolades time and time again, but let's do it one more time, shall we? Because I think it is something that we really need to drive home the point about, don't we? 15 podiums this season, then he'll get a 6. If he gets a 6, he will get a 16th one tonight. Then in 21 races, that's absolutely fantastic. Remember, I think that's only one away from the all-time ALR record of 17 podiums in one season, which was actually set by the Williams driver from Gold last season. That is Granty, who has 17 podiums in his one season there as well. It's absolutely amazing stuff indeed, then, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed. 16 podiums is absolutely incredible stuff indeed. He's had 4 race wins there, 3 pole positions as well there. Energetics, though, I think is in terms of sheer speed, Energetics has been the quicker of the two, hasn't he? But of course, because he's got 6 wins and 8 pole positions there. But it's the consistency that has really hurt Energetics, I think, this season for the championship. For the championship contendership, unfortunately, as he's only had 10 podiums, and those extra 5 podiums there has really helped Velocity, in my opinion. Of course, when we talked to him a couple of weeks ago after him clinching the title in the Mexican Grand Prix, Velocity did state that it was his podiums and consistency that really got him up there, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then, as Velocity coming through the final turn as well, turn at 21 as well, out of it, and let's see what he can do then. Velocity goes across the line, and he is the first one to set time, then almost I think he's actually quicker than our lap record, which was set by Energetics from last season. Good stuff indeed done from Energetics, as sorry, from Velocity. His Energetics there is in the car park at the moment. There, he has had a bit of a trip there. What about Rempo? Rempo was very much on it like a car bonnet last night, wasn't she? She was flying there, wasn't she? And almost got pole position, didn't she? What about Ayrton? And Ayrton is coming out the final turn as well. Ayrton is 4 tenths of a second behind Velocity at the moment, and that's a very good start then to Ayrton's qualifying performance. Energetics just about to start his run as well. So is a Racing Point. We've got 2 McLarens that come through the final turn as well. That is Newman, who is in third position, and then he's got a personal battle with Nunda as well for the final promotion spot here in bronze tonight. Then Mike, who unfortunately his form has dropped off slightly towards the end of the season, which is a big blow for Mike, isn't it? He's at second fast at the moment. Then we've got Fran, who's in 5th position as well then in the Mercedes then, and good something then. Nunda, it's not a very good first time now for Nunda, about 2 seconds off the pace of his championship teammate as well, but Williams potentially could finish the season first and third. That's absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. Remember, Renault did that as well in the Gold Championship on Sunday evening, didn't they? There's just a lovely shot here as well. Smithy Almighty, I should say. And there's too many Smithies in here, isn't there? Goodness me. As Smithy Almighty in the Ferrari is 7th fastest at the moment in time then. As just taking a look then, see who else out there at the moment. Now I can see that there's a Haas of Diashi then, who is he's down the back straight then, so I think it might be the other Haas of Rempo then, and yeah, she is. She's just coming into the hotel as well. Let's take a look at the comments, shall we? Got Gio first, where's Gordo Simpson then? Of course, Gordo is a silver driver, isn't he? But I'm wondering that if Gordo does usually appear in the chat every now and again, doesn't he? Rempo coming across the line, and she is fast there, underlying the pace she's got in that Haas car. Very good last night, and once again showing that there's some real might in that Haas machine, isn't it? Brilliant 70. Here comes Curly. He's also got a good battle with himself and Ayrton, who's going to be 7 from 8 from the driver standings there. It's a lot about pride, isn't it, on the line, isn't it? As I've got to say, pride that does become before fall there, so that's quite important, isn't it? Diash there again, a bit greedy there on the inside curve, and unfortunately that's invalidated his time then, so he is going to have to abandon that time, isn't he? We're on board Smithy D then, since Smithy D has stepped into that Racing Point. He's done alright, Smithy D has there. He's scored 6 points so far in 2 starts, and that's a very good stuff indeed then. But he would like to finish off strong, won't he, in that Racing Point as he comes through at turn 20 and 21 as well there. We got Chaz saying good evening again then, best of luck to the bronze lads and lasses today then. D actually said one last dance. Ayrton, hello Sean, I hope it's going to be a good last race of the season then. Diashi said dry, and if you missed the race last night, then you wouldn't be surprised by that. But last night we had a sprinkling of rain, didn't we? We had the intermediate tires on, believe it or not, in Abu Dhabi, and it caused an absolute stir, didn't it? Energetics is invalidated this time again. He has the most pole positions this season. No one's going to take that accolade away from him, but you would probably like to get pole position on this final race here in bronze as well. But at the moment, he is invalidated twice. Here comes Sean Sean Hammers there. He's been brilliant this season, hasn't he, Sean Hammers there? Since returning to a full-time seat in the AlphaTauri, the AlphaTauri, him and AlphaTauri have just been absolutely stupendous, haven't they? Really good 17 there. Big old 2 thumbs up from me here in the commentary box there as he's coming down the back straight then. No, what was I talking? I can't remember what I was talking about now, but there we go. And you can see then he's just trying to pinch off a cheeky old slipstream as well. Mike has retired from the session and he is in the garage at the moment, so he is safe and sound in the garage then. Yeah, oh yeah, the weather then. Yes, we had intermediate tyres last night, didn't we? It was raining in the race there, and I gotta say, I thought I was being trolled in the comment section last night because I generally thought it wasn't raining. Because it's like we do know they only race 12 days a year in Bahrain. I'm not sure about Abu Dhabi, but it's probably not far off, and I wasn't expecting rain at all, but it was raining. I don't think anyone had a wet setup then, and it just showed how incredible those silver drivers were then to really because that was really literally no practice at all. I bet you my bottom dollar that none of those drivers had any practice in the wet until that race last night then. So it was a venture into the unknown, wasn't it? This is a racetrack which you would not practice in the wet then, so they were superhuman last night. Really good stuff indeed then. And Itchy there, who was I gotta say, it's out of in my opinion then, he promised so much and hasn't delivered as probably the pace that he could have and should have shown, really. I think he's had a lot of bad luck as well that has been combined into also some disappointing results there for Richie, but he really came good last night, didn't he? And I think same with can't miss out is a teammate as well, which is Payne's there, and I think Payne's and Itchy have got really good pace, haven't they, in those 2 cars. Unfortunately they just haven't been able to haven't really able to show it on the track, have they? Last night both of them did, then it's a shame that Payne's there had to queue, didn't he? Rainbow's retired from the session as well, as she is happy with that performance, isn't she? With 8 minutes to go in this session, and Energetics then just coming down the back straight as well there. Serious motion, good luck to Bronte, keep it shiny side up there. Of course Serious Motion there was absolutely delighted there to be second last night, and of course he had a penalty, didn't he? Otherwise that would have been his second Grand Prix in the season. He also was confirmed third in the driver's standings as well. That just shows how incredible Serious Motion's been this season. His first Grand Prix win then, but it's his consistency which has been formidable this season in silver. Great stuff indeed. And Dave Cummings, Dave Cummings, thanks so much from then. Wednesday team draw, Sean then. I hazard a guess then it will probably be in the next few weeks or so, but keep an eye on the Twitter sphere, Instagram, and also Facebook as well. Then, of course, it will be coming up in a couple of weeks, which will be done by Farfare. So, I hope you're all going to be hanging on to your excitement bone now, as Farfare will be taking you through the draw for gold and for all the team draws as well. So that's looking really good indeed, then, isn't it? So Farfare has been given the absolute honour. Then Dave Cummings, Daltar win again after being last then. You never know though, Dave, and of course you showed some really good performance. And Camera Racer, who is ninth in the classification at the moment. Good stuff indeed there from the Red Bull driver. Camera Racer, he's had some brilliant performances, hasn't he? But Red Bull last in the constructors, and it's only been recently where they've started to really score good points, haven't they? So I feel that Red Bull have had a lot of untapped potential, haven't they, in that car, which Camera Racer does struggle to get to the end of races, doesn't he, unfortunately. Hopefully he can get that sorted out, because he's had 12 DNFs this season, which is quite a lot in only 17 starts there, goodness me. That's not really a good record there. Energetics has invalidated again. He's going for 5 laps now where he's invalidated, and Energetics might have to take himself out the car and have a word with himself, whereas Martin Brundle said famously in the 97 Australian Grand Prix when Frentzen was just driving so erratically, wasn't he? He was 2 seconds off the pace of his teammate Villeneuve, wasn't he, in Australia? And Frentzen was just driving absolutely erratic. And don't forget, Energetics is driving erratically. I think that he is. I think he just might be being a bit lazy on the steering wheel, perhaps, then from Energetics, possibly. But we haven't seen a lot from Energetics, or maybe he is just. Maybe this is practice session, isn't it? As Energetics, you would think he has the pace to get through, but he still has to do a time, doesn't he? There's no freebies in ALR bronze, is there? You still have to make the time, don't you? It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter about your name or anything like that. Oh, he's gone wide there, and Energetics there, and of course that is a track validation as well then. Track limits around here, it can be brutal, and Energetics has got 5 minutes to really get himself together, doesn't he? And you can see there's a bit of frustration, I think, then. So Energetics is not treating this like a practice session at all, I don't think. I think he's just trying to get a clean lap in at the moment there. This is going to get very dicey indeed there for the man who's second in the World Championship. Micah said evening, as Hello, Mike, as well. Serious Russian says, go get him, Michael. Nunda saying, did that laugh without a racing line, by the way. Fantastic stuff from Nunda. As there's probably, I say that it is probably a race then with not much on the line then. Having said that, there's going to be drivers, it's going to be experimenting there as Newman goes into 6 fast at the moment. Nunda then, who's going to be experimenting tonight, I feel that. He has a chance of throwing the driver standings there, but I think that I'm wondering if he might feel that his development is much more, is going to be much more suited then without the racing line perhaps then. And of course, other drivers might be. I've heard a whisper that Ayrton is using manual gears tonight as well. Goodness me, that is a very bold thing to do. There, I got to say, I struggle to do anything manually, so I even have an automatic toothbrush as well. Then, because that is how. That's why I can't do everything manually. My brain function can't do the old up, down, left, right kind of thing. Then, so that's why I get an electric toothbrush does it for me. Then, so yep, that just shows how incredible these drivers are. There, where they can turn the car and change up and down on the gears as well. It's brilliant, isn't it? Superhumans there. Diashi coming into the pits now then. He is 10 fast at the moment then. Fran is out on track mode. Smithy or Mike doing a very good qualifying performance at the moment then. He is in 13th as it stands then. And who is that? Oh goodness me, Energetics is down in 15th at the moment. He's on a right old mare, isn't he? Ardy Weeden is ventured down to the circuit as well, but he is invalidated already there. As Energetics said, is I think it's just mowing the grass. Good stuff indeed there, Energetics said. A man who enjoys the environment, and he's getting very close to the environment there, isn't he? Smithy then is 3/10 of a second down the first split. Then second split. Fran is coming into the pits as well. Then going back to the old comments as well then, we have also got Nunda saying even as well then, lovely stuff indeed then. It's looking all very nice in the old comments at the moment, isn't it? As Gio saying, is it going to be streamed? Yes, it is, and we're hoping to go live on it, to be honest, but which is a very dangerous thing to do, isn't it, really? Because when it's live, and it usually goes wrong, doesn't it? Especially when me and Farf are involved. Goodness me, I think we're like I think we're like the Chuckle Brothers sometimes, don't we? Of course, I gotta say I love that show. Really did indeed. Then, as Artie Wee then is just there on an outlap at the moment, isn't he? And he is just trying to get his tyres warmed up. Both Renaults are currently 19th and 20th on the grid. Then, as it stands at the moment, then as well. Then, sorry, I'm really behind on the old comments at the moment, aren't I? Sim, Racer Sim, I say, come on, the Welsh contingent, bring it home then. Oh, Sim, there, do not use words like that. Goodness gracious me, I struggle to speak with. I struggle to talk. I struggle to talk anyway. I struggle to say long words, I should say. Yeah. Oh gosh, I had to put my teeth in last night with the old with some of the words I was trying to say, like the D word, for example. But less said about that, the better, shall we say? Bradfield out on circuit moment, and he's 14 fast at the moment. Then in the relegation zone at the moment, in the drop zone. Oh my goodness me, his Gunnar there is just getting out of dodge there, isn't he? In the relegation zone is Murphy. Murphy there looks like he has a problem with qualifying, doesn't he? He keeps losing his keys. We got Steve, who's on an outlap moment. We've got Artie Wheat, who's going for another by the chair as well. Where's Artie Wheat? He's coming down the back straight as well. In 19th position now. Cummings, of course, out of qualifying already. And Gunnar also on an outlap as well. Good stuff indeed then. Emerson saying, go on, Ayrton there. Nunda donuts for the final race at the end of Q1 then. Jam, sugar, custard. Oh, custard, Nunda. I asked, mate. I've got to say, jam, definitely. A big thumbs up for me on jam. I do love the jam. Unfortunately, I keep biting the donut the wrong way. So when I bite it, the hole is like facing away from me and the jam just goes all over my way, which is not a very good thing to do, is it? No, luckily I do wear dark clothes because apparently black is slimming, isn't it? So, especially with my round figure, I think the slimmer, the more black the better, I would say then. And when it comes to my attire choice, then we're on board then with Artie Wee, and as he's now coming into the hotel as well. That's probably why I like the Mercedes overall this season. Oh goodness me, as Artie Wee there is, I'm not sure what happened now. I think he's just trying to get out of the way of Bradfield then. Oh my goodness me, and Bradfield then, of course, that is where German, who's the champion, silver, crashed just a couple of centimetres out the road there, but Bradfield in the wall then, and I'm wondering then if Artie Wee that caught him by surprise then, but Bradfield, who has been a very good qualifier as of late, hasn't he? But he is going to be disappointed at that, and he is out of qualifying. I know that the pit garage is just over to the right hand side of us, but there's no spare cars in F1 anymore, or in ALR, are they? So he can't run back to the garage there and throw and maybe borrow his teammate Sean Hammers' car, for example, and that is a no. That's a no-go anymore. anymore, is it? Of course, back in like 98, for example, Mick Stoller would have stole Pedro Deniz's car, wouldn't they? In the Arrows, of course, that I was talking of Arrows, that was a beautiful car, wasn't it, the Arrows? I like the 98 Arrows. Splendid stuff indeed then. See, coming out the final turn then in the Scarlet Ferrari, he goes 6 fast then. That is knocked RDW down to 19th then. Gunnar is 20th at the moment. We're on board Gunnar coming down the back straight. Smithy at the moment is still in 14th then. Looking strong at the moment, Smithy is. Can he stay there? That is the question then. Emerson's asked, is Sean Inspector Gadget in disguise then? If only. I think I'm more of the dog, ain't I? Or I might even be Penny, really. No, I can't be Penny because I'm not, I'm really not that intelligent, not by any stretch of imagination. Gunnar there has got DRS sent down the second back straight, 2 DRS zones around here, and he's now just coming down into the chicane of 12 and 13 as well then. So it's much from Renbo getting a significant result. No cursing with that message then. So just watching there, Nunda saying the donuts are when the cars go round and round then. Good stuff indeed then. Like what Hamilton does then. Gio saying yes, Mushroom. Of course, yeah, it's been a tradition, isn't it, in Abu Dhabi? So only the 2 Mercedes and Magnussen did it on Sunday, which I was quite surprised with, to be honest. I think that we might have a bit more donuts next season. Really good stuff indeed then. I don't think that I think Vettel was just happy to get out of the car, to be honest, because he's usually known for a good donut or two, isn't he? Gunnar coming out of the final turn, then Gunnar goes 14 fast, then good time for Gunnar in the Renault. Good stuff indeed. That Energetic said it's now put on a new fresh soft tires then, and he just probably wants to get a lap in as well. I do think that Energetics there probably was just trying to get his eye in this qualifying session just to see what the Alfa Romeo was going to deliver. Of course, Energetics when he was with the Alfa Romeo at the beginning of the season, we was expecting Alfa Romeo to probably be one of the higher constructors. They are through in the constructors then, but they are a long way off Williams and McLaren, aren't they, unfortunately. Energetics comes out of the final turn and he is 12th fastest said at the moment. He might be a bit disappointed by that. And Smithy D is going 10th fast then as the checker flag has fallen and the results are in then. That is it then. Stop the count. And they are then Smithy Almighty unfortunately out of qualifying then. We've also lost Bradfield as well. He's gone into the Armco barrier quite hard. Remember, that is where Gurman went to the Armco last night, didn't he? On those treacherous conditions. And we also lost Murphy, Cummings and RDW also out of qualifying then as well then. So that is a shame then for those drivers, and they're going to be sitting back and probably relaxing now, aren't they? Or maybe they might be will they be relaxing? It does depend, doesn't it, really? Because I'm wondering if the likes of RDW, Cummings and Murphy probably do have a race setup primed and ready to go rather than a qualifying setup. Remember, when you get a qualifying ban, you would know about that qualifying ban before this session starts then. So you would obviously be tailor-made, you'd be making the car more tailor-made for the race, won't you, rather than qualifying. Look at those gaps at the top there. Goodness me, Rembo and Sean Hammers separated by less than a tenth of a second. Looking very good for the remainder of qualifying. I'm loving that. Out of qualifying then, RDW then, we've lost Cummings and Murphy as well. Bradfield gone to the wall, and Smithy doing a good having a good old fist of it, but he is out of qualifying in at 16th position as well as we enter qualifying 2 in just a few moments time as well. Going back to the car setups, yeah, of course in the these cars are set up for both qualifying and the race now, aren't they? And it's not like the good old days, as I always sound like a good old grandpa of when I say, oh, during my day. And of course you can't take the cars apart anymore. So what? So you do get the what am I talking about? I have no idea. Oh, yeah, I know I am. The car setup. Yeah, if you get no, I don't even know what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? Yes, the car setup. That is it. Yeah, so you can trim the car, you can make the car set up for the race then, which means you have a higher top end speed, I would assume then. So that would be the likes of maybe Cummings going for more of a top end speed then. As Gunnar is out of qualifying as well then, as we're just taking a look now as well. T Sammy then saying, hi Sean, T Sammy here, always a pleasure to hear you commentate. Well, thank you my good man, but I think that last 5 minutes of commentating was absolutely important. I'd forgotten what I was talking about. Serious Mushroom, I missed it. Noonda, do it again then, or you could just rewind the stream, lol. Noonda saying my black helmet is dedicated to Noel CEO. I watched almost every race he has done, and he likes a black helmet then. Serious Mushroom saying, it's been a long year for you, Sean, we forgive you. Yeah, I gotta say, doing Sundays, Mondays and Tuesdays has taken a good old toll on me, hasn't it? Good gosh there. As Mike has left the session now, he was out on track there, but that McLaren has disappeared into the EFOS there. Yeah, free, I gotta say, doing free commentating 3 days a week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. goodness me, then it's a tough old start to the week, isn't it? But what tougher way do you start the week with a bit of ALR racing here? It's an absolute privilege and a pleasure. And I did take a break, didn't I? In Vietnam and of course in Azerbaijan as well. As Azerbaijan, I was unfortunately working late, and in Vietnam, Farf decided they didn't want to race, did they? Of course, and unfortunately that was Codemasters on a couple of glitches there. And talking of Farf, and Murphy did a great job of getting the race on the getting the show on the road there in Silver last week in Brazil. I think I forgot to mention that in the stream of Silver last night. It's a good 70 then, as Velocity is just practicing the pit exit then for the support from the support exit then. Good 70 there for Velocity. I think that might be for another race, because they ain't going to be using that pit exit tonight, is it? As Mike saying, thanks for the invite, guys. And yeah, so it looks like Mike exited, but he got to say he must have been bombarded with invites there. He only left the session like 10 for a second ago, then he was straight back in there. Goodness me, incredible stuff. And it's oh, excuse me. Oh gosh, I need to learn to talk and use other basic bodily functions like swallowing and all that kind of stuff, and and also try not to swallow your tongue either when you're commentating. And I got to really learn to do something about that in season 5. Velocity coming over the line as well. Then, as we've already mentioned, Velocity's had 3 pole positions this season, the world champion, but it's been his racecraft, this consistency, which I think has been his strongest suit this season, hasn't it? And Velocity last season, I don't think he reached top gear, did he? Velocity, which is. I think he did a good job, Velocity did, but I don't think he was just not been as formidable as this season. I wonder if he just likes the F1 2020 cars, but he has taken a big step up, hasn't he? He's been amazing this season, really has indeed. Then him and Energetics then have been the class of field, along with of course Newman as well, who really caused a proper wave, didn't he? As he just turned up there and really slammed 3 race wins in a row, didn't he? In between Azerbaijan and I think all the way up to France, didn't he? Good 7 there for Newman. Unfortunately, Newman's pace, race results have just dipped slightly in the latter part of the season, hasn't he? I'm wondering if Newman is kind of oh goodness me, Velocity was almost off the track there, wasn't it? Look at those break disc glow now, as the day is starting to turn tonight here in Yaz Island. Absolutely beautiful scenes, isn't it, out there as well? But unfortunately, I ain't allowed out there because I'll get sunburnt, and I've got to say I'll be like a piece of bacon there. So just watching, I haven't got the telemetry on. Goodness me, it can tell us the season now. The commentator has kind of gone off, hasn't he? He's gone off on holiday. Can't speak, can't get the telemetry out. Goodness me. I ain't going to get my Freddos tonight, am I? Velocity then coming into turn at 20 and 21 as well then, as day is starting to turn tonight around here. I got to say, the racetrack is probably not the best, is it? As Velocity has done a 34.9 then to start us off then with the times they come over the line then. The scene around here is absolutely brilliant it's a brilliant backdrop to end the season, isn't it? And a great backdrop to end ALR season 4. Brilliant stuff. I can't believe it's the end of season 4 already. Time flies, it really does. When I first started to do this, I gotta say I was very young indeed then. I was like to say still I'm young, but I'm not. Rempo's gone fast, and Rempo's not playing about tonight, is she? She's half a second up, I should say then, in that lap then. Good 70 then. She is on the soft tyre, so Rempo is, and else Velocity has gone on to the medium compound tyre as well then. So Curly Red has just started his lap as well. Then we've got the second Williams over at Nunda. Nunda's had 2 pole positions this season, hasn't he? He's been incredible, hasn't he? And of course tonight he's got no racing line either. He's full fast at the moment. Nunda is doing a good job indeed then. And once again he has been a vital part of that Williams Constructors winning combination, haven't they? Him and Velocity have been magnificent together. Been the strongest team, one of the strongest teams ever in ALR, in my opinion. I would like to have seen Nunda, Velocity, German and Leah, those two. I wonder who will win the constructors out of them 2 teams. Brilliant stuff, weren't they? Those 2 teams are probably one of the best teams ever in ALR history. Curly Red has gone third fast at the moment. Good 17 there from Curly. Diashi has just moved himself up to 6 as well. Diashi there, of course, a driver that has really started to gain in confidence, hasn't he? As this season's gone on, he's been pretty handy behind the race wheel, hasn't he? Mike there is hopefully going to finish off his lap as well, but he's gone a bit too wide there, and that is and unfortunately he's been given a slap on the wrist there. Is that a track invalidation there? Is that unfortunately there? Smithy D then almost doing exactly the same there, but keeping it well within the island as well there. We've got Bro Gorilla saying good evening, Sean. Hello, Bro Gorilla. Seriously saying that you're lucky, Mike. If I lost connection, I wouldn't get an invite back. I'm sure that's not true there, Serious, but Serious said As I'm sure you would have got an invite, and I'm sure you would have got an invite. I would have invited you back as well, but unfortunately I don't like the big old blue screen. The blue screen of death, isn't it, really? Which, of course, being from an IT background, that really gives me nightmares. So everyone doesn't anymore, but it used to when there used to be Windows 7 laptops. As Smithy D is going at 7 fastest then in the racing point at the moment. Good 7 did that. Of course, this is the final qualifying session of 2020 on on this game now as well. And it's a bit of a, I've got to say, I'm a bit emotional about this. Goodness me, then. We have 22 weeks, and we have non-stop ALR. And I got to say, after tonight, then, I'm going to crack open a bottle of wine there and just lie down then, and hopefully I won't spontaneously combust then. There's a lot of hot air in me then, so there might be a chance or three of me combusting then. See, it's just started this lap now. Then we're just watching Newman there, who is coming into the final part of the course as well. Then we got Ayrton then, who is just out of fine. Oh goodness me, he's invalidated his time now, so he is back in the garage then. What about Newman then? Newman hasn't invalidated his time yet. 8 minutes ago in this qualifying session then, into turn at 20 and now into 21 as well. Final turn there for Newman there, back in there, looking very stable there, and he is fastest there. He is the fastest on the soft tires moment. Only 2 drivers have elected for the softs so far then, so interesting strategies going on up there. Remember last night's strategies wasn't really a key factor, was it? Because everyone was going to start onto the intermediate compound tyres, weren't they? So tonight is a much more of a bigger factor, isn't it? So we're just watching CNC is coming down the backside one, and see had a great race last time out in Brazil, didn't he? And looking forward to seeing what Steve can do in a full season next season. Of course, Steve has been with ALR before. I think he was in the top division, wasn't he, in season 3? I feel that he has had a broken up ALR career, though, hasn't he? In terms of he hasn't had a couple of races like strung together, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do if he can have like string a couple of races together, and he'll be a formidable driver, won't he? And I do love his purple helmet as well. I think that Nunda, we're going to go on board with Nunda, I think, in a bit then, because I want to see his black helmet as well. Lovely over the shoulder shot here from Steve at the moment, out of turn 18 as well. It's the last race and December then, so they were nice to him, I guess. Nunda still can't believe it rained yesterday. Yeah, I can't believe it rained yesterday either, and I still think that people were, I generally thought people were trolling me in the qualifying stages yesterday, but yeah, rain in Abu Dhabi, goodness me. It did. I keep saying this, but I'm sure it rained in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in 2018 or 19. But it didn't rain hard enough for it to like saturate the track. It was just kind of light rain, wasn't it? Halfway through the race as well. I remember getting very excited about it, and nothing kind of came about there really. But there you go then. Now then, there's Sean Hammerson coming down the back straight as well. Gunnar is out of qualifying, of course, then, as he was starting at 15th on the grid then. So there's only 14 cars and gunning for qualifying for it. And who's going to get the final pole position of the season as well? Rembo was on pole position last time out in Brazil. Then can she make it 2 for 2 here tonight then? Well, she's very much certainly in the running, isn't she? We've also got Newman as well. Newman, I think, hasn't got. He's got 2 pole positions, hasn't he? Newman has it. So I don't think qualifying is his strongest suit, is it, for Newman? But well, there you go. I would say that that's probably the same for Velocity, and I would have said that was the same for Emerson as well. But this season Emerson's been, I think the one thing he has worked on this season is his single lap pace. I would say is up there with Jarno Trulli. My goodness me, absolutely formidable in a 1 lap pace. Really good stuff indeed there. Sean Hammerson, he's also been quite formidable in the qualifying game as well. He goes third fast. He is the top runner on the medium compound tires. Good stuff indeed there. Velocity is out at the moment. Curly Red is thinking about going to the wet tires then, so I think Curly knows something that we don't then. Mike is on the back straight as well. He's gone purple in the second intermediate split time then, as we're on board with Mike then. And once again then, I think I remember commenting on this in the Monaco Grand Prix then, Mike's helmet does look a bit like Mika Häkkinen's helmet, or maybe even Mika Salo's helmet, doesn't it? So Velocity has been disqualified then for blocking the pit lane there, as he has gone into the bar. He's done the David Coulthard by the looks at. We would seen Kingdom having the same issue there in the race as well, but Velocity has gone into the barrier and been disqualified. And of course he's already won the championship then, so I don't think he'd be too concerned about that. What about Mike then? Mike comes across the line and he is fast as then, 3/10 of a second in front of his teammate Newman at the moment. Good stuff indeed then. Brilliant stuff then, as Gio said. Curly and in capital as well. We've also got Serious Runner saying great medium lap there from Hammers. Yeah, it's the quickest medium lap then on the quickest lap on those medium compound tires then. as he's just touring back into the pits as well. Fran is out on another bite of cherry. He's gone 6 seconds faster. Goodness me, that. So Fran, oh my goodness gracious me, that Fran there is taking a shortcut. And oh gosh, there is he is very much going cross country, and it's giving me nightmares from back in my school days. I really dislike the cross country. So we had to run around the big field twice there. Absolute nightmare. I remember I did it once because I was promised a Kit Kat at the end of it, but as like a break. But that was definitely not. I definitely did get a Kit Kat. So I got a big old stitch. So yep, that is the last time I ever trusted a PE teacher. Ayrton there is on a quick lap at the moment. He's on the soft tires at the moment, and as he flies in to turn number 19 as well. Then let's see what he can do. Then as he flicks into 20 and into 21. Then does he? No, he doesn't. He abandons and comes into the pits then, and yep. So Ayrton there in the pits then. So he's abandoned this time. And what does Nunda do? Well, Nunda is currently just about to start off the moment. And Mike then, I think he's just set a good time and come back in the pits. And 3 minutes to go in this qualified session. And Velocity is not a very happy chappy, is he? But looks at that by what just transpired there. Unfortunately, there for Velocity, the world champion of bronze there, not having a very good qualifying by the looks like. But he will start 15th then on the grid then. So we might be seeing a bit of a racing strategy then for Velocity. Remember that the car setups are now bolted in, and they cannot change the car setups now. They're in park firme conditions then, and so they cannot do anything in terms of amending the car setup, can they? It's just watching Nunda coming down the back straight. Of course, and I think that there would be a nice option if you can start from the pit lane, really, wouldn't there? That'd be a good option for next season, where you can start from the pit lane and then perhaps alter your setup and all that kind of jazz then. Or maybe coming to the pit lane on your formation lap. That'd be quite a cool feature, wouldn't it? Which no one else even remotely cares about, but I would like that anyway. But there you go. There you go then. That's not so there you go then. Just take a look as well then. Gio's just gone Ayrton as well then, as I think he is just cheering his favourite drivers, and why shouldn't he? Of course, at the moment then, Ayrton hasn't set a time just yet, nor is Energetics either, who's down in 12th position then. So as Curly at the moment has set a time, he is currently 6th fastest at the moment as well. So just me owed him a headset as well. Nuno's going to go for another bite of chair as well. We're just watching Smithy, who is down the back straight as well, and 2 DRS zones around this course then, as the one of them now then. Of course, you would, as I think Martin Brundle was saying on Sunday, you would expect this one to be an overtake fest, wouldn't you, around here? It's got long straights, long braking zones there where you could overtake them, but DRS there looked a bit too easy on Sunday, didn't it? And Mike has retired from the session, and he's quite happy with his performance there. Super coming back down the second long straight as well, past the support pits there, and he is 10th position at the moment. He is less than 100 a second away from Diashi at the moment. Good stuff indeed there for Smithy. Yellow flag is fluttering then for one of the Haas cars then, as they are cruising down the back straight. The 11th Red Bull, because she is retired from the session, as has both McLaren said. They are happy with those performances then, as Energetics is just going to try and get away. Energetics at the moment there with a minute to go there, needs to is all or nothing for Energetics. Same with Ayrton as well, and from them both Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo need to get themselves in a qualifying trim, don't they? Because Smithy then, he is currently holding that golden time then, not anymore, because he is now 5th fastest there, and that should see him safe potentially there. It just shows how good Rembo's time was, because that was set quite a while ago from Rembo. Stunning stuff indeed then. So Smithy D in 6th position at the moment then. Clear red on that left moment, and we've got Camaro Racer, who is at 6600 a second down at the moment, and so that at the moment he is not going to improve. That is on his personal best set. That is not on the all-time best set, well, the all-time best, or you should say the session best set. And Camaro Racer has abandoned that time and coming to the pit set. So all we could do now is watch and hope. Then Steve has elected not to come out of the pits again, has he? Fran there coming across the line. He is now. It's all or nothing for Fran now. Let's see what he can do. Then we've got an AlphaTauri, Sean Hammerstead just on an outlap as well. Energetics coming down the back straight, as is Ayrton as well. Serious Merchant saying they should remove the second DRS zone then. Yeah, because it kind of just switched back around, didn't it, on the second DRS set. Perhaps, or maybe they should, well, I don't even know where else you can put the DRS zone around here, really, do you? Yeah, it's not really anywhere quite sensible, is there, to put that DRS zone. It's just watching Energetics as he is now into the chicane as well, and very close to invalidating his time then. Maybe that's just me, though, because I'm a mere mortal compared to these superhumans. fans. And of course then they do this inch perfect, don't they, time after time. Now Energetics also sporting an all black helmet as well. Oh my goodness me, he's completely gone wide there, Energetics, and that has really hurt his time as he's going to lose an almighty amount of time. The checker flag has fallen. Camaro is 8th, Curly 7th, Steve in 6th position. Then those drivers then are not going to be able to improve their time. Energetics coming through the final turn as well. He's going to post the time, and it's going to be in front of Fran then, but and he's on the medium tires, but that is not enough then to get him through then. What about Ayrton? Ayrton's target time is by Diashimon, a 35.556. He is in 9th position, good 17, but Diashi that goes through, and in 5th position there, Diashi once again showed he has got pace, and that has said lovely 17 there. One of the Williamses and Noonda's Haddock is coming cropper as well, and I think that might be Noonda qualifies between the two Mercedes. It's Ayrton, it's Fran who is going to get through. It is Fran who is through into qualifying 3, and Ayrton is out of qualifying. So is Noonda, and so is Energetics there, and goodness me then, and of the top 4, 3 of the top 4 are out of this qualifying session then, and goodness me then, so there's a lot of fast drivers that have been knocked out of this qualifying 2 session. That has gone against the script, hasn't it, for those drivers? Oh goodness gracious me then, and into the pits now comes Noonda then. That's such a shame then. Energetics who's second in the World Championship is out of qualifying as well then. Noonda also sporting the black helmet as well when we were just initially on board then. Energetics in 13th position then. Of course he's had the most pole positions this season. This opens up a good opportunity for someone to get pole position tonight then. Can Newman get his 3rd pole position tonight then? Good stuff indeed then. As Churchman saying some big names out then. Looking at you, Guna. Mike say as Mike has given Sean Hammers a big round of applause then. 34.4 on medium tires. Good stuff indeed. Then Noonda saying the racing line is back on then. So I think Noonda's had enough of that then, hasn't he? He's in 12th position then. He can get some major points from there then. It's not all done and dusted. The race is not won in qualifying. It's not won during these 3 sessions there. It is won during the race as well. And I love that helmet from Ayrton, by the way. That's absolutely splendid stuff. It really is indeed then. Ayrton 11th from the grid then is I think he might be happy with 11th position there because they can choose whatever tires you want to start on, as can Noonda, Energetics, Guna and Velocity. Into qualifying 3 then we got 6 drivers by the looks of that then on the soft tires, and those are Fran, Smithy, Diashi, Redbone, Newman and Mike then. Medium tires then for Sean Hammers. Mike has just even pointed that out, didn't he, in the comment section as well. Good stuff indeed for Hammers. Same with Steve on the medium tires. Curly and Camaro who messed up his qualifying performance, but luckily he is through into qualifying 3. Good stuff indeed then, but it was about just less than a 10th of a second then, so very minute there, wasn't it? Goodness me. As Mike is saying, Sean Hammers for pole position. Sean Hammers is not had a pole position yet this season. I'd say he's had 1 race when he won the Russian Grand Prix, didn't he, Hammers? He's also got 4 podiums since I returned to bronze there. He hasn't had a pole position yet, I'd say. We've also got Diash saying that was a bit too close there for me. Church Merchant saying Red Bull for pole, unconfirmed then. And you see now that the lights have really well and truly taken over. Look at that, it's splendid out there. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then. And I am absolutely loving that then. Oh, lovely stuff indeed then. As oh goodness me, I got a lot of PlayStation 5 alerts saying it's in stock, but unfortunately that's over in the USA. So that's about as useful as a chocolate fire guard for me, isn't it? Right, it's out of the pits now. It comes Smithy Diaz left for session, and that is a horror show for the racing point driver, isn't it? Oh goodness me, then he needs to get back in ASAP. As Rembo then is the first car out on the circuit, and here she is at car 96 then, and accelerating away as well. Look at her flying past then. So Smithy D needs to get himself back in the session pronto. As Rembo there taking the alternative track there. Of course, a lot of people do ask about why they don't use that track. Of course, they need a lot of runoff there, and unfortunately they can't really extend the runoff there because I think Ferrari World is on the other side of that barrier now. So it'd be very difficult, really, wouldn't it? Unless they move Ferrari World for a couple of $1 billion, I suppose. Then, maybe. I think it wasn't Ferrari World. Didn't it? Was it a home with the fastest roller coaster? Well, is it still a home with fastest roller coaster? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I don't really keep up with my roller coasters. I got to say, I'm quite I'm a bit frightened of the old theme parks and stuff like that. I got to say, I scream quite loud. Then, as loud as I scream when I'm next to a salad bar. So, yep, that's 2 things I'm scared of: theme parks because I don't like heights, and salad salad as well, because that's rabbit's food in my opinion. Rembo then is now coming into the final part of the course, and she is about to start there. Diashi asked Sean, did I win the did I win the PlayStation 5? No, I drew number 17, and the winning number was 18, so I was one away. I was absolutely devastated. I chose number 17 because you can choose your numbers between 1 and 50. I chose 17, 21 and 43. I don't know why I chose 43, to be honest. I figure it's just because it was one of the last numbers, really. I chose 17 because it was Gerrard's own number there, of course, being a big old Liverpoolian and all that kind of stuff. Well, not a Liverpoolian as such, then I'm a Liverpool supporter there as well. From the old Forest Dino, but Rembo is taking too much curb there in the first turn there, and that is really, that has not helped her lap at all, and so Rembo's had to back off straight from the get-go, and that's not good at all for Rembo, is it? And yeah, thanks for asking Odiashi then, but unfortunately, that's why it may sound a little sad tonight, that is, unfortunately. I'm not a PlayStation 5 better off then. I only want it really because I'm a bit too I can't justify buying another controller. My controller is a bit on the blink now anyway, because it doesn't charge properly. I have to have it in a certain position and holding it up really, and I got to say that's not very comfortable when I'm trying to watch a bit of Netflix and all that kind of stuff or Disney Plus now as well. So I want to watch the Mandalorian which I'm really looking forward to be honest. I think the last episode's this Friday, and then I'll be binge watching it on Saturday. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of weeks, and that is my winter solace then, as ALR is going to be taking a break then for a couple of weeks, and we are back on January the 10th and 11th. There's a couple of events coming up in between there, of course. We have the race review next week there. Gold is on Sunday 6:30 UK time. Silver is the silver review is Monday 7:30, and of course bronze is at 7:30 UK time on Tuesday as well then. And of course we've also got the driver draw and also the season's moody highlights music videos as well then. So there's still a lot to come over the Christmas period in ALR, but unfortunately, there will be no racing now, of course, over the Christmas period as well. Norsey put on a great Constructors World Cup, Constructors Cup, didn't he, last season, which was, I've got to say, absolutely fantastic. I love that. We're not doing that this season, of course, then, because, of course, it's the happy holidays, isn't it? And everyone's going to be spending time with friends and families, and also happy Christmas as well, if I forget to say it. Steve coming around the final corner, and Steve goes fastest at the moment. He is the first man to put a time in a 34 flat, and that's the fastest ever time around here in ALR bronze. Good stuff indeed then. Fran is second, Mike is second, and by less than 100 of a second, and looking very squeaky bum time for these drivers. And what about Sean Hammers? Sean Hammers coming across the line. He's on pole position there by 3/10 of a second. Great stuff indeed then. Absolutely fantastic there from Sean Hammers. Really impressive stuff indeed there. Smithy is still in the pits moment as he joined the session whilst I've been waffling on. I don't think he has then. What about Curly coming through the final turn as well? On board Curly. Lovely new helmet here from Curly. Out of the final turn, and Curly goes second fastest, and splendid qualifying performance there from Curly. Good stuff indeed then. Camera racer then. Quite lucky to be in this qualifying session, I think, now after he made a mess of his final attempt in Q2. But well, maybe it didn't have enough to do with luck there. Maybe Cameron knew exactly what he was doing there. He's on the final part of the course as well, and flying through the final couple of turns as well. And camera racer out on the last turn. What can he do then? Not running too much to the curb. He goes fifth fastest at the moment then. Smithy D is back in the session with just over half of it to go then. On board Diashi, who probably has the best helmet in my opinion in ALR. Lovely stuff indeed there from Diashi. Out of turn 19 there, almost kissing the Armco barrier for Diashi there. He has been one of the more impressive drivers, as just like I say, that gets a bit squirty. And is he abandoning the time? He has indeed, and comes into the pits. I apologise, Diashi then, as unfortunately, I gave him a bit of the old bad commentator's curse there, didn't I? Nunes saying the Mandalorian is more popular than the whole entire Star Wars series. Then, I got to say, I do have a soft spot for the Yoda Star Wars. So I quite like the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I think it's absolutely splendid stuff indeed. And I got to say, I quite like the prequels of Star Wars. I think I'm the only one that probably does, to be fair. But I think I just like I like Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm really looking forward to that series as well, which is also on Disney Plus as well. Are we sponsored by Disney Plus? It sounds like it, doesn't it? But I gotta say, it's because I was talking to Ayrton and Emerson about it last night, really, and that's what really played on my mind most of today. Then I'm really looking forward to Friday because with no Formula One now, I've got to try and find another hobby for the next 95 or 94 odd days. Then, which I gotta say, I read as much as I do love the winter being ginger and all that, but I really don't like the winter when there's no motorsport on either. I'm not even sure the Racing Champions are going to be on this year either, which does kind of get me blood pumping a slight bit, and it's quite nice to see some of the drivers there going against drivers of our disciplines, isn't it? It's really good stuff indeed. I like seeing Per Sobel there. I don't think he's been there for the last couple of years, so has he? And Verleid, unfortunately, hurt himself, didn't he? And really cost himself 2 races of the 2017 season in the Sauber team, didn't he? And that led to Giovinazzi's debut a couple of races as well in the Sauber. So good stuff indeed then. Sarah Wilson was saying that love the Constructors' Cup. I won it. Wow, not just me. I laugh out loud there. Yes, I think that was in the Racing Point, wasn't it? Last season, of course. No, it wasn't. It was in the Williams. I apologise. I'm still thinking about this season there. Yes, of course, the Williams team won the Super Cup, didn't they? Brilliant stuff indeed there. It's an absolutely cracking event then. And hopefully we'll do something similar maybe next summer then. Depending on when the new game's out, of course, we got 22 more races to fill between now and that race as well, which we do start on January the 10th. And it is quite a tight schedule these days. And the season after, potentially going to have 23 races on the ALR calendar. Goodness me. There is a lot of things to come in the future of ALR, isn't it? And I think it's fab then as well, as I just seen the thing in the background there. As Bulky saying this is going to be good then, as Sarah Smashing said, Williams. Yes, indeed, it was Williams. As I was thinking about this season, Rembo going a bit wild there out of the exit of turn 16, I think it was then, in the Haas car. Rembo's on pole position last time in Brazil. She looked a bit more comfortable in Brazil than she does in Abu Dhabi. She has the speed, but I think she's just trying to extract it from the Haas car, and she's gone wide and invalidated her time there, Rembo has. I think she's trying to overdrive the car now, perhaps from the Haas drawer as well then. So here we go then. We've got 4 minutes to go then for the Haas car then as well. Maybe she's a bit concerned about what Gunther Steiner might say then, and I'm really looking forward to see what Gunther Steiner does to Mazepin next season then. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? Of course, Mazepin probably not the most popular of drivers at the moment, is he? After the awful images that came out on the social media last week, absolutely appalling stuff, isn't it, from Mazepin? So I think we have a new favourite driver we love to hate. And I think it was Stroll, wasn't it, this season? I think it might be Mazepin next season. So I think Stroll's going to be very happy about that. I say he would not be targeted as much, then, will he? Or be it then, and especially if Perez gets the drive in Red Bull. I think that a lot of the fans might forgive him slightly. As Perez then will be driving in the Red Bull, as a Red Bull then taking a Fernando Alonso route there, as she is abandoning her time then. So we're going to stick with Diashi in car 27 there, and that reminds you of another driver that I feel shouldn't be out of F1 there, and it also shows them perhaps then there's not enough seats. It's probably one of the bigger problems then in F1 rather than the paid drivers. There's always been paid drivers in Formula 1, hasn't there? I am talking about Nico Hulkenberg, who wasn't a paid driver, and I think he was a quality driver. He really was indeed then. He was a bit unlucky, wasn't he, not to get his first podium, but there was also times where he made mistakes as well at crucial moments of his career. But I'm still a big fan of the Hulk. I love him. As we're just watching now as well, as Stuart Mudge is saying, relax Rembo, you got this then. Yeah, Rembo, we just seen that Rembo has been overdriving the car, hasn't she then? So hopefully she can relax there and let the car do the work then as well. Rembo's retired from the session now. Oh goodness me, Rembo has retired from the session then, and she is going to be starting down in 10th position then, and it looks like it's gone all up in the air, hasn't it, for Rembo? And that is a big blow indeed. Yeah. Oh no! Velocity done exactly the same thing, but Rembo's gone into the barrier and out of qualifying. Diashi has qualified at 7th at the moment, and Smithy is coming out of the final turn then. Where does Smithy put himself? 6th fast at the moment. What about Fran then? Fran there, less than 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Rembo's car is still parked in the pit entry there. Of course, the legend David Coulthard has done that a few times as well then, so even the best drivers could get it wrong in the pit entry then. Mike is 2/10 of a second up then. Camero is actually less than a tenth of a second down at the moment then. As Nuna saying, Sirius just looked then, she crashed coming into the pit, said, as oh my gosh, said eye strike again then from Sirius Mushroom. So that's not going to be a thing that I got to say, Sirius Mushroom, you're stealing my job then. I'm usually the curse of the commentator. Unfortunately, Rembo then is out of qualifying. She's going to start 10th to 9th on board with Mike then. This is looking a very good time indeed then. Is it enough to get into the pole position then? He was looking strong in intermediate too. It is enough. It is on pole position there. He is 2/10 of a second in front of Hammers. Good time indeed there from Mike then. That'll be his first pole position of his season, if I'm not very much mistaken. And he's had the wins, he's had the podiums, he's had the fastest laps, he's had driver day as well. Can he now strike another accolade off his list as well? Curly is down the back straight as well. Curly's on a great qualifying session session, isn't he? Fantastic stuff from Curly. He's only done about half the course so far, though. Steve's on an outlap mode, and Mike then, who's just on a cooldown lap mode, and Diashi's invalidated his time, so is Fran as well. Smithy D is going for another timed run then, but he's a bit slower on this occasion, isn't he? So we're going to stay with Curly at the moment, and look at that then, it's now the nighttime sky then, is really lit up at the moment, and brilliant stuff indeed then. Blatant Rage, Becca, no! Serious Merchant then, great job, good job Michael, absolutely splendid stuff indeed then, as Anunda with just a laugh out loud. So we're just watching Curly Red then, coming into the technical part of the circuit, it is point and squirt and yellow flag and free then, as that pit entry there has really caused a couple of issues, hasn't it? So it's quite a simple pit entry, isn't it? It's a bit tight there, you just cannot take too much speed there. Similar to Adelaide, though. I think Adelaide is a bit more acute then. And Curly goes second fast there, just to go whisker behind Mike. Then he is on the second row, the front row of the grid then the moment for Curly Red. A brilliant performance, and Curly Red is looking very much very strong in this stage of proceedings as well. Then Diashi then is just in the car park at the moment. Then it's oh, lovely stuff indeed. Then Diashi there is I'm not sure if we missed the pit lane or what then, but we're going to leave him to it, I think, for now then. On board then with Newman as he's come down the back straight. Remember, Newman has of course, is in the battle for third in the Drivers' Championship and the final promotion spot then. Mike, is he going for it again then? I think Mike is coming to the pits, so he is the man that needs to be beaten. On then, Controlled Hammers is currently 200 of a second down in the second sector as well. That is Becca is really not happy with my description of the pit entry there. I'll read it out in just a minute. Sean Hammers there coming out of turn 19 as well, and flicking it into 20 and 21 then. This is the last corner there for Sean Hammers. Let's see what he can do. It's a 33 he needs to beat. Is it enough? It is not enough, and Mike is still on pole position. But what can Steve do? It's 007. He's got a license to thrill in the final turn on soft tires in the Ferrari. Is it enough? It isn't. He's third fastest then. And Curry is off the pace then, but we've still got Newman. It's a battle between the two McLarens, and neither McLaren have been on pole position this season, have they? No, I tell a lie. Newman's been on pole position twice then, and he's out of final turn, and Newman is fifth fastest. Mike is on pole position then for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and what a performance there from Mike. A really good performance indeed, the fastest ever lap around Abu Dhabi, and what way to end off I'd say a very strong season from Mike then. Really good stuff indeed then, and yes, he's got the whole lot now. He's had driver of the day, he's had the fastest lap, he's had podiums, he's had wins, and now he's got the pole position as well. Fantastic stuff from Mike there, and really good stuff indeed. There's Curly Red there, just coming back into the pit standards. We've got a AlphaTauri with not a wing there. As Nuna saying hammers, come on, get it back then. Becca saying simple pit entry. I disagree, Sean. Well, of course, I remember this it's very similar to Adelaide's pit entry. Adelaide is a bit more acute though, isn't it? Of course, and it's very Dutch as well. Cool fire crash there, and I think that yes, even the best drivers get it wrong then. Well, it does look like a simple pit entry. I didn't say it was a simple pit entry. It just looks like one, doesn't it? Of course, you've got to be very careful there. And so we've seen a lot of drivers go in there over the past, haven't we? I remember Favre crashed into the pit entry in Australia in the pre-race there, and I gotta say that's probably an easier pit lane. That's probably a harder pit lane to crash in as well. So anyone who's done it, then do not be too disheartened there, because yes, Favre's done it. We got Serious Russian saying I think he meant the pit entry then. Becca saying that's a quite end. He's forgiven. Blimey, that was a close one, wasn't it? There's a blatant rage saying Curly, you've been practicing good stuff indeed there. Dave is saying well done Mike there, absolutely fantastic stuff. And Nunda Paul Sitters have won the last 6 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Mike is saying I think I'm crying, and we've all got Serious Mushroom there, and good stuff indeed then. So yeah, well done to Mike then. That's his first pole position of the season. I can't believe I'm saying that. 7,500 second in front of Curly, who is second, and brilliant stuff indeed there. That brings our total pole sitters to 6 in total in a bronze. Fantastic there, really competitive this season's been then. Curly in third second position there. Steve in a third position as I've got a ding from Facebook, go away. Fourth position there is Sean Hammers. Fifth position is a Newman there. He is battling for the final promotion spot. Sixth position is Camaro. Seventh position is Smithy D. Once again, a strong showing there from the Racing Point drawer. Fran in 8th position there. Haas is in 9th and 10th on the 5th row of Diashi and Rentbo then, as we are now starting to get down then into the race as well then. There's a new saying survive lap 1 and you might win there, as Gio has also said Mikey as well as I think Gio's took a bit of the old cheerleading kind of thing. That's good stuff indeed there. Right then, so we are now coming to the coming now into the start of the race as well. So I gotta say, I'm already sweaty. I can tell I'm sweaty because the headset started falling off as well. I'm gonna have to get some duct tape next season to just keep it stuck to my head then. Right then, so here we go then for the start of the race as well. One final time in ALR 2020 then. The cars are on the grid then, and we got 20 cars as well then. Perfect way to end then. It's a full grid then. It's about 28 laps around Abu Dhabi. Oh, to be honest, I've commentated around here in the last 2 nights and I still can't remember the laps. So goodness me, a poor show in there for myself, isn't it? Here we go indeed then. So right then, here we go then for the start of the race. Well, the drivers are just choosing their strategy now. Is that the top 10 cannot choose their tyre strategy, but then it's a free choice in there first and maybe even second pit stops. Perhaps we might have a 2-stop around here. Remember, Emerson did that on Sunday, didn't they? So here we go then for the start of the Bahrain. I keep saying Bahrain, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix then. And those are the tyres on the left-hand side. Let's go for the grid chart from front to back then. 2 men on the hard tyres. Nunda in 12th position. Cummings in 20th position there. We have soft tyres there for Murphy and for Gunnar as well, and Ayrton. Those are the guys that sign outside the top 10. Of course, we've already know about the inside the top 10. Energetics on medium tyres then in 13th position there. We've got Velocity medium, Smithy Almighty medium, we've got Bradfield medium, and RDW also medium as well then. Good stuff indeed then. So here we go then, as we're just on board with the pole sitter at the moment then. They're just saying that Theo's saying good luck all, and Theo also saying hello as well then. Brilliant. Sean Hammer saying good luck all. Remember, the world is watching then. At the moment we do have 21 viewers. Hello all then. Hello. Right then, as I've got to say, we had quite a lot of viewers towards the end of last night in that incredible race there in ALR. I think that's my favourite championship showdown in ALR to date, and brilliant stuff indeed then in silver then. Of course, we didn't have a championship showdown last season, did we, in silver? But last night there, wow, I don't think I can't take one any more of that. Goodness me. So luckily the championships have been won in bronze, haven't they? Well, maybe unluckily really, because we do love a good old show, don't we? We do love a good show, don't we, in ALR, and hopefully we can put on one more final show for you in the 2020 as well then. So let's go for the grid chart, because I've been waffling away and we're already halfway around the circuit. Mike there is on pole position, his first pole position of his career in bronze. Fantastic. Curly on the front row, medium tyres. We got Justine in third position there. Sean Hammers is fourth there. Newman in fifth position there. He is going for third position in the driver's stop. Dings. We got Cameroon 6th position and Smithy 7th, Fran in 8th position as well, Diashi in 9th then with his teammate Rembo in 10th position there. 11th position is Ayrton. Nunda in the hard tyres as Sirius Richard said, that's a bold move then. And we got Energetics in 30th position on medium tyres. Gunnar on the soft tyres in 14th. Velocity, who had a disqualification in coming into the pit lane, is 15th. Smithy Almighty is in 16th position there. We got Bradfield is 17th. Murphy in 18th position there. 19th is Cummings there, who is taking a very long time to get to the grid then. And 20th position there is RDW as well. And I've got to say, that's the kind of shenanigans I normally do when I'm in a league race there. So I can't really frown upon that then, really, because I say, well, to honest, don't do what I say, don't do what I do, the kind of thing, isn't it? That's the saying then. So we're just watching now then. Here we go then. Now they're just watching Cummins get into the Get into the grid as well then. His Energetics has been disqualified, as has Nunda as well. That's not good then. So it's saying kind of rooting for Bradfield. He's due some luck then. Mike saying what is Cummings doing? He's about half a mile behind there at the moment. So Cummings there, I think there was just having a bit of showmanship then on those hard tyres. Just on board Vardy Wee is 20 for the grid then. There's Cummings in the background. Mike on pole position, 28 laps then around this circuit as well. We're waiting for the lights. Rembo is left for session. No, that's not good at all then. Right in the start of this race then, and she's had really bad luck this season. We're going Abu Dhabi. No, we're not, because Rembo has left the quarters. Well, that's a great start, and that is not good at all. Rembo is out of the race then already. We are racing here in Abu Dhabi. Let's go for one more time then. And Mike has got away well, but that Ferrari Steve has flown up the. Look at this, Steve is through. Then Curly Red has been sandwiched there, and Curly Red has dropped back, and Rembo's back in the session there. And oh goodness me, then say now flying through there, turn one to see, had a great start, and he's dropped down the order. And now we got Velocity, who has got a bit of 12 position as well. Great performance there from Velocity there, really good. Oh, Debris, there's Debris, that's damage there for Smithy D. And Cummington and Bradfield are scrapping away as well. We're in the mid-pack at the moment. This is Fran then. Ayrton is being squeezed on the inside there as he has gone on the outside there. Good 17 then. Smithy D has damaged the car there. And now we got Fran side by side as well then. As we're on board now, as we are coming down the hill, coming down the slight incline now, or decline actually. Oh goodness me, then Smithy D is getting very adventurous. I suppose that's the word, isn't it? Oh goodness me, then is now camera racer there. Is now then is Smithy D is going to go from under. I don't even have a clue what is going on behind here. Oh my word, then there's arrows going up and down there. I don't know where to look. Where they point to me? There is 4 cars and going into turn 12. Oh, that's a big old lock up there from Energetics as well. Good stuff indeed there. Energetics then is up in the top position. These are the 2 championship protagonists. We've had some great races between these 2. Great race, I should say, between these 2. Remember the United States Grand Prix. Remember Mexico. That is the highlight of the season for me then. And Velocity is up the inside there, passes his championship rival of this season as well then. And perhaps look at this Energetics then is still on the inside there, going side by side, wheel to wheel. And Velocity is going off there. And look at how quickly they're going there. Nasa Williams and Nundo in the background as well. These guys have been really the showpiece of the bronze, haven't they? Velocity, Energetics and Nundo. They've been fantastic this season. And Velocity is now up into 11th position. Energetics dropping down to 12th. And we got a race in, we got a Renault at the back then. RDW has had some issues there. He's in the pits then. And who is that then? It's we got, oh, there's Debris. What is going on then? I think that was a Williams bit of Debris, wasn't there? Was off Nundo then. We're just having a look now. Just taking a look now, it wasn't Nundo. Someone's at Debris, but I have no idea who first. Diash is on the pole inside, he's dropped right down the order. So we've got Energetics then, who has a penalty as well. And let me quickly take a look at the winners and losers then. The start of this race, and goodness gracious me, then is Nundo is now Newman and Steve are going side by side, wheel to wheel. And look at this, and Steve is not going to let him pass, so it's Xiasi. Oh my goodness me, showing the rear wheel there, the Ferrari driver it said. And that was very robust there, isn't it? But Newman has the soft compound tires motor. Nunda is dropping down the order. Nunda has had some issues there, and we'll have a look at Nunda's problems in the Williams in just a few moments. And the man who is for in the World Championship there is having some major issues at the moment, and Energetics is also dropping down as well. Those 2 come into contact then, perhaps. Let's find out, shall we? And there's Velocity. There's Energetics. Well, he's still got all his pieces in the right direction there. It's a lovely shot there. There's Nunda as well. He hasn't damaged anything, Nunda hasn't, but Energetics and Velocity are just dropping down the order, so to speak, because those hard tires not getting up to scratch at the moment there. Very interesting indeed. And we've got a yellow flag then. What is occurring here? It's Curly. Curly's having some issues, and then, oh no, the man who was on the front row, he has got a lot of damage. DRS has been enabled then. Oh, Curly Red then is going to have to come in the pits, and look at this is an appalling luck for Curly. He's having to let the whole field go. Oh goodness me, that is that's so disappointing, isn't it? As he now comes in to the pits. Well, Curly is in the pits then, and oh, what a shame now from Curly. Rempo leads then. She's got 9 positions then, but I think that she might have to get the positions back then, because she technically started before anyone else did. So I'm not sure how. I'm not really sure if that's really legal or not. That is, I think I just read from Serious Russian then that was a very cunning move from Rempo. Smithy has damage there on the rating point, but he stayed out at the moment then. So just a lovely shot here from Ayrton. Then we're looking backwards at the world champion of bronze, and the second ever bronze world champion. Then is Ayrton. Having a look on the inside of the camera, but nothing doing at the moment. Then that door was always closed, and then Ayrton knew that then. And now Velocity go on the inside, and oh goodness me then, and Velocity then of course has been spun around there, and oh dear, and Murphy's up to 10th, and fantastic stuff, and he's dropped down into 13th position there, and oh my word, then Nunda there coming in from underneath the rear wing of this team leader, and he is through as well. And now is Bradfield, have we got 3-second penalty for Nunda? Oh my goodness me, yes, look, Bradfield is battling as oh look at this, is Bradfield hopping over the curbs there, and probably taking a bit too much curb then perhaps, and that was probably extending track limits slightly, and Jets is the only person there who've had penalty about, apart from RDW. I apologise to RDW as I didn't see that. Curly Red has lost the most positions in the first 3 laps, and he's down 17 positions there. Cummings and Murphy are just Cummings is following Murphy through them, and they're both up 8 positions. Fantastic 17th there. Diash also dropping down a couple positions as well. Rembo's got up 9 positions there, but of course I'm not really sure we should count that one, as she technically jumped the start, and Diash there has gone into the wall there, as he got on a bit on the power there, didn't he, on the curve there, and they're spanning him around then. Ayrton is on the, oh my goodness me, Ayrton's on the inside, passes Camera Racer, Camera dropping down the order, and Murphy is now all over the back side. Those soft tires are working like an absolute dream here at the moment. Now he's at the inside there, and Camera Racer there, slamming the door shut on his toes there of Murphy in the Alfa Romeo as well. And let me just quickly catch up with all the comments. Shall we? Gonna speed up. Got Gio saying Rembo in the lead. Then Serious Run saying Becca sneaky move. Rembo 6-second lead. What? Yes, I think she did start early. Then Payne saying what a move. Great little battle from them as well. Then so I am slightly behind as well. Velocity is now up into 14th position. Well, getting past Bradfield then. No goodness me as well. Then so we're on board then. As we're going down the back straight as well, and this is great stuff indeed. Then is look at this, and now we got to Nunda, who is on the hard tires. Cummings and Nunda both on the hard tires. Those are the only two drivers on the hard. Everyone else, oh my goodness me, there, and Nunda not treating those hard tires with much delicacy there. Goodness me, stamping on that brake pedal. Blimey there. And now then, so we're just flying through the very fast turns here. Now this is the point and squirt section there. Energetic said, having a bit of a difficult start to this race. Really starting to find his feet. It looks like Energetics, Velocity and Nunda seem to be tied to each other at the moment, don't they? As they just cannot seem to get away at the moment. Back on board there, Energetics said. Rembo's in there by 7 seconds at the moment for Sean Hammers in a third position there. Steve is currently 4th and Newman in 5th position there. Good stuff for Newman. Currently as it stands, he is 3rd in the driver's stand, and said Fran in 6th and Smithy 7th and Ayrton on a strong final race in 8th position. 9th. Newman is out of the race then. Oh my goodness me, as soon as I mentioned it, he's gone off in turn 2, and that's a virtual safety car as well. And Newman, and that is that's the end, I think, of his dreams of getting 3rd in the World Championship. Newman is out of the race, and that is it. He will be 4th in the standings now. So Newman is out there. Nunda is guaranteed 3rd. He is being promoted to silver. Oh, fantastic stuff indeed there for Nunda, and I've got to say he's very well deserved as well. Curly coming in the pits, that is, I wonder if he's rolling the dice over this virtual safety car coming out. You do not lose as much time, do you? Well, a virtual safety car means that you have to adhere to the doubts. You decrease your speed by 40%. A lot of you would know what that means, but someone who has not really got a very big brain, or has a brain the size of a walnut, won't know what that means. Then, of course, my percentage is absolutely appalling. Then, so basically, what you got to do then is, oh my goodness me! I thought Energetics went into the back of Cummings there. This is the battle for the. Oh no! And Smithy D has got a drive-through penalty there for speeding on the virtual safety car, and that's a big blow for Smithy D because he is in 6th fast at the moment then. And look at this then as well. I'm loving this battle. This is great stuff between Cummings, Energetics, Nunda and Velocity. 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th of all won in bronze this season, and we could extend that to Murphy as well, who's slightly in front as well. He also won in bronze the last race of the season last time out in Baku last season, when we had a random calendar, which we haven't got a random calendar this season because of next season, because it just throws me off, and so I have to keep looking down. And Smithy, oh, there's Deborah on the Ferrari. He is pointing the wrong way, and he's lost a lot of end plate there on that Ferrari as well. Remember, we had a safety car last night for one of the silver drivers there having a spin on. Was it gold then? Perhaps it might have been gold then. Smithy coming in the pits, and look at this. This is a big blow there as well. But he isn't doing the drive-through. He is changing the nose cone. I'm not sure if that is his plan or what. Yellow flag. Oh my goodness me! Yellow flag in one then because Franis had an issue there. And it's the perilous turn 3, the exit turn 3. Franis, he is damaged. Is he damaged end plate? I can't see the red Neos. I don't know how to say the sponsor there, but he hasn't got the red end plate there on the side of Newman as that for session, and he is out of bronze. And what a shame there. Oh, that is a big blow indeed then. And just saying, look, then we're just watching Fran at the moment then as he is trying to recover. Then we was just taking a look at Smithy D actually, who's just in the pits. Now we've got the two Williamses there coming to come together. Then of course the Williams team have finished their season technically, haven't they? Velocity is the champion. Nunda's got 3rd in the driver's stand, and they have equalled the Renault guys from gold then. So really good performance there from both the Williamses this season then. And they've also got the Constructors' Championship sewn up as well. Look at this, as Energetic on the outside of Cummings. Cummings is not going to have fun though. He goes back on the inside there. And look at this, that is Energetic on the inside as well. Velocity has also got past Nunda as well. Cummings is going back on the inside. That is really surprised Velocity and me as well. And and Velocity is going to force the whole. Velocity has got a 3-second penalty for Energetics there, and for Energetics there, just forcing them out wide there, wasn't it? And I'm wondering if Energetics didn't see him there, because they are sporting the black helmets there, and I think Energetics might be for Nosey, and I think Nunda is also for Nosey as well, because Nosey, a formidable racer in of itself, isn't he? He hasn't raced many races in ALR, has he, in his career? He has had a couple of pole positions though, hasn't he? And of course he is stepping down from head admin at the end of this race then, isn't he? So he's done a fine job in the 2.5 seasons that he's been in charge as well. So very good stuff indeed there for Nosey, and hopefully it's just going to be for a sabbatical as well. We're hoping it's like Mika Hakkinen's sabbatical. We're still waiting for him to come back. So yeah, hopefully Nosey will be back in the not too distant future as well. Maybe. Oh my goodness me! And what is occurring here? Bradfield and Nunda is out of the race then. And oh gosh, that's a safety car. It's a big smash then as well. And what is occurring? Look at this. That's the safety car coming to the pitch, but we're looking for Smithy D. Nunda is out of the race then. So the men who are third and fourth in the driver's stand instead of both out then. So that has been signed, sealed and delivered straight from the get-go. And yeah, goodness me then. And now then is the safety car coming out of the pits as well then. So Smithy is now, I wonder if he's serving that drive-through penalty. I think it was Ayrton's got a 5-second penalty there. Oh dear, but I think he could serve it in the pits then. So he might be slightly luckier then. So we've got a safety car. We've had he had a safety car in gold, and we also had 2, I believe, in silver then. So this is our first safety car tonight then. So Rembo, who has been leading this race then, albeit she did have a head start, as I would like to say that before anyone else said, but I suppose you take what you get kind of thing out of life, don't you? But I think that Red Bull will probably be letting some drivers through in the not too distant future. He's coming in the pits at the moment. Mike then is in second position running. Sean Hammer's in third then. Steve is in what's happening here? Oh, Sean Hammer's in Cena, just dropping from position. The medium runner's going to come to the pit set. I think the hard so this is not going to have the medium runners. This is absolutely falling into the lap of the soft runners, hasn't it? Ayrton is coming in the pits now. He's going to I wonder if he's serving that 5-second penalty now. He will serve that 5-second penalty now, if I'm not very much mistaken. So this is going to drop him down the crocodile, isn't it? As he comes to the pits, and Ferrari is going to work. Lovely shot here. Steve there comes in and out then. And Jeffy as well. Bradfield's got a penalty as well. Then just taking a look then, as yes, Ayrton is serving that penalty now then. So he's going to lose an awful amount of time then, as he's on the medium tyre. 10 Ayrton is 20 laps to go then for the Mercedes driver. Then Guna coming in the pit as well, and throwing on the medium tyres as well in the Renault car 83. Synonymous now with the Irish driver then. Energetics is time to queue up, isn't he? Oh goodness me, there's Murphy, his teammate. And look, Energetics also having to change the nose cone as well. He's on the soft tyres, and the man who's second in the World Championship. Of course then Energetics Velocity didn't really have much to race for tonight, did they? Apart from just a bit of apart from for fun then. But it's been a very difficult race so far for both the 2 drivers at the top of the standings there. So Bradfield coming out of the pits as well, and so we've got safety car and RDB is in 15th position there, Fran in 16th, and Curly 17th. Watching for Curly then, and as we're just on board with Rembo. Cummings is on the hard tyre, hasn't come in the pit yet, and the other driver that was on the hard tyres has come in the pit set. So just watching one, and it's serious question is saying that Fran was holding up, burnt my lander there. Yeah, I think I'm wondering that if Fran might get the old I think Fran might get a penalty for that for holding up burnt my lander. Remember Carlos Sainz was under investigation, wasn't he? In the the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on Sunday there. So Nunda is even though he's out of the race, he's going to be absolutely thrilled there, because Newman was out of the race, wasn't he? And now Nunda's out as well, which is such a shame now that after Nunda's had such a great season this season, hasn't he? He's been brilliant, Nunda's. I think he finished 15th in the standings at the end of last season. He is now third this season, one of the most improved drivers overall, isn't he? He's been fantastic, Nunda's. And I've got to say, him and Velocity have been brilliant teammates together, and they're fantastic at both those 2 drivers. So Nunda is now in third position there. Fantastic stuff there for Nunda. Hats off to him. And serious motion there, giving him good applause there, and he definitely deserves it. Nunda's had a great performance there. As a serious motion as well, 2 drivers third in bronze and silver this season there. Serious motion and Nunda both had absolutely stellar seasons, and 2 of the most improved drivers in ALR in their second season with us as well. So yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff from both those drivers there. Really impressive as well. Nunda saying that's his first retirement as well, he thinks as well. Let's take a look at the old chart, shall we? Nunda, it is his first retirement as well there. So that is such a shame now for Nunda, as that is his first DNF of the season then. Sean Hammers has not a DNF yet either, and nor has velocity then. So I think Roscoe has an either, but Roscoe's not in this race then. So yeah, that's a shame now for Nunda there. Almost went the whole season without a DNF then. So that's a shame now for Nunda. He is out of the. So he is. So that's his first DNF of the season, and that's such a shame now. But velocity might be able to get to the end with no DNFs either then. So he's still in the running now. So Sean Hammers as well. But of course, Sean Hammers did miss a couple of races also then as well then. Seriously saying without ALR, Nunda would have been the driver of the season in all three divisions, and I gotta say, you can't really argue with that, can you? I think Nunda has the most. Has been from where you finished last season to where he finished this season. I think he has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he? Really good value for money as well with the Williams team. He's I've got to say, I think he's probably. I think that there's a lot of surprise drivers, isn't he? In Australia, he looked very good, didn't he? Nunda did. He kept down he kept down the penalties, didn't he? And really propelled up the field towards the end then, didn't he? He got a very high position then, but I think that what really stood out for me, Nunda, though, was I think the Spanish Grand Prix. A lot of people, of course, he did cross the line there after the check flag was waved, but he still got that lapping, didn't he? And the way he dealt with the pressure there is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Really, for Nunda, who was I gotta say quite a new driver at the top of ALR Bronze. So yeah, hats off to Nunda. He's been fantastic this season. Good stuff indeed then, and just coming into the pits now as well then. Coming to saying that Rembo needs to get the position back. Yeah, Rembo technically has jumped the start, so we'll find out. So Rembo technically does need to get the positions back. Then I'm surprised she hasn't done it already, to be honest. So she might. I'm wondering if she might wave them through. Then perhaps. And Cummings at the moment now is eighth. On the 8th lap. Old hard tires Cummings said he would like a free. He would like to have a free track in front of him, won't he? So he can really get the hammer down. Mike is on there. Is on new medium tires, and Steve's on the new softs, as well as Sean Hammers as well. Safety cars in the end side, and Rembo is now the de facto safety car. We're going to be back racing in Abu Dhabi then with 18 laps to go of ALR this season as well, and this is the final race of ALR as Nunez there for session, and he is going off to celebrate early. Fantastic stuff indeed then, as a blatant race there, investigating car Rembo 2. Yeah, it says, so she has jumped the start. So now we're coming into the final turn as well then. So yeah, as Red Bull now is going to put the hammer down as well. I'm wondering if Red Bull might let him bite in down the back straight as well. As Sean Hammers has already got past Steve. Great 17, that is, we're back racing here in Abu Dhabi. There's Sean Hammers there is trying to go back up the inside. I think that's and Steve lunged up the inside. He's actually dropped down a position now. So a great bit of a Dyson then, and here we go as well then. As we are now dropping down the hill once again. As Mike is on a look on the inside there of Cummings at the moment there, as Rembo then has currently got a second there. She has moved a second in front of Cummings at the moment there. Mike in a third position there. Sean Hammers in fourth position. Steve fifth then. Cameron in sixth position there. Velocity is seventh then. Ayrton is eighth position at the moment then. Ayrton there has got rid of that 5-second penalty. Murphy in a fantastic ninth then. Gunnar in 10th position as well. Diashi hasn't stopped then, has he? On those hard tires as well. We're on board of Energetic said he has a penalty at the moment then. Look at that, is Bradfield getting past Swiffy D. We've also got Arnie Wee and Roll going to Swiffy D going on the outside. They're breaking so much later on those hard tires. Impressive stuff there from Swiffy D, but Bradfield is not giving up the ghost, is he? And he is through them. We've also got Velocity moving past as well. Cummings is out of the race and he has gone off. Oh my word, and he's in the centre of the course as a safety car. How has he gone off there? Oh no, and Cummings has been come back down to earth with a major bang. Camera Race has got a severe collision with Ayrton as well. He has gone off right in the middle of the circuit there. Oh goodness me then. And oh gosh, that is I'm not sure what's happening there. And Mike has got a penalty for his troubles as well. As they come to blows, he's got damage there. Cummings and Mike have come to blows, possibly, perhaps, maybe. I am not too sure about that. Goodness me. As I knew the same, well, I could continue updating more celebrating my third with the standards with my family. Believe it or not, they care. On that side, that's great actually. I'm really loving that then. Yeah, but no, I got to say, well deserved indeed. Then I got to say, as I've already said in the stream then, I think you definitely deserve it, my good man then. Brilliant 17 there, absolutely really been punching above your weight then. But Mike is in the pits then. Not sure what's happening between Cummings and Mike though. That is a big blow indeed then. We're on board with Mike then. We've got Mercedes Mechanics out and Ayrton's in the pits as well. We've got both Mercedes in the pits, I think. I'm sure it's in a flash. No, I'm just lying there. And look, there's also a 5-second penalty. What has been occurring here? Now then changing the front wing then, and look at this, and the front wing is now, and then Ayrton's also coming the pits. Well, this is a big blow there then for us, and he's gone on to new medium tires, and one of hers damaged there. There probably was there because Mike has dropped down the order as well. He's down into 17th then. Rembo's in the race at the moment, and she's leading the line at the moment, but technically she shouldn't be there, of course. So I think she jumped the start, and didn't she? Well, she did on our screen, didn't she? Unless she had a super start, and really did a Bottas kind of start. Perhaps then as we're on board then with Fran Ramone in 11th position. I'm not sure what happened to Ayrton. He had to cut in the pits as well. Diashi also using that opportunistic time to cut in the pits as well. That safety car is because of Cummings. It was covered with Cummings and Mike down. Not really sure what happened with Mike and Cummings then, but hopefully we'll find out in just a few moments' time as well then. So we'll find out then. And just saying that, and Mike is saying he closed the door. I had nowhere to go then, so that was very disappointing as well. Gio saying, well done, Nunda. Farf needs to do something about Rembo as well. Nunda saying that, unfortunately, Mike. Thanks, Gio, as well then. As just on board with Mike at the moment, and that's such a shame then. So it looks like, but it sounds like Cummings closed the door. But we're not going to take that list, gospel. There's two sides to every story, isn't there? Albeit, as of course, I definitely believe, of course, you definitely do believe drivers there. Of course, they might stretch out their advantage every time or another. There, I certainly would. I'd blatantly lie, but that's just me. Unfortunately, I would blatantly lie, then realise that it's on stream. Then I think that Mike, of course, every driver is going to fight that corner, because why wouldn't you? This is all about getting an advantage, isn't it? So yes, but of course, we're also here coming to the side as well. But that's a big blow. The bottom line is, it's a massive blow for Mike and a massive blow for Cummings, isn't it? Because them two were on a really good strategy. And I think that would have been podium positions for those two drivers. Said, what a shame indeed then. And as they're just on board now as well. Gio saying, anyone likes football? Dias has scored an own goal for City. I gotta say, I don't know who that is. I gotta say, I think I'm a bit beyond you football. I need to watch Match a Day again. I watched it quite religiously last year, but this year I haven't watched it at all. Then Cummings saying, it looks like Cummings and Mike there is not going to be too happy with each other. As Cummings is a very unhappy chappy about the issues going down there as well, and that's such a shame, isn't it? Because both of those drivers are on such incredible performances so far, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic stuff. Oh, is Wolves beat Chelsea today? Oh, absolutely fantastic stuff. I didn't know that. Yeah, good stuff indeed. Then my flatmate's going to be absolutely over the moon about that. Of course, he's an avid Wolves fan, isn't he? Yeah, great stuff indeed. Then. So we've got a bit of you've got a really bunch of cars. Then Velocity has jumped all the way up to up into third position. There is he? Where is he in the standings? Is he fourth? Is he? Velocity's in fourth. Goodness me! I need to pay more attention to this race, don't I? There's all kinds of stuff going on at the moment. I've been mentioning in the comments as well. Oh no! Fran has got a 5-second penalty. That is a big blow for Mercedes drivers. Well, Mercedes have got a good old battle, haven't they, with the racing point at the moment? So they don't need any penalties in this race. It's crucial at the moment now, isn't it? And it's a very good stuff indeed. That is it's such a shame. Well, no, it looks like Mike and Cummings do have a good old rivalry, don't they? And they do, of course. When you're racing against racers, sometimes whenever you will trip up against the driver more often not. Then Rembo then is leading this race at the moment. Then in asterisks there, so to speak. Then as the safety car lights have come off, and then the race will be back on in just a jiffy. Then, So unfortunately, yeah, Cummings and Mike there have come to blows again. There. It's a bit like Felipe Massa and Lewis Hamilton in 2011 there, where they kept going to blows as well there, but it's I gotta say, as much as a league race and as much as it's meant to be fun there, you do get a bit hot under the collar. I gotta say, I'm quite calm up in the commentary box. Well, I like to say I'm calm. Let's just say I don't get angry in the commentary box. I get very angry behind the wheel. Goodness me, that's probably why I'm called Ginger Rage. And I get very ragey when I race there. But there you go there. So I can't really say much there because because that's just me really just contradicting myself, isn't it? Right then, enough about my life story. We got another 16 laps to go in this race. Then Rembo is leading at the moment. Then, but it's very interesting then to see what is going to be occurred in this race. Then, because technically she has jumped the start. Then I've had no messages from race control just yet. Then we're back racing here in Abu Dhabi. Then Rembo leads. Sean Hammers is on the soft tire, staying in third position. Velocity in fourth, and he has a penalty. We got Cameron in fifth position. Murphy up into sixth position as well. Good some indeed there for Murphy. Diashi, and Gunnar is 7th, and Energetics in 8th position at the moment then, and Energetics are all over the back of Gunnar, isn't he? Gunnar doing a great job there. Energetics going side by side. This is going to get very dicey down into turn at 4. RDW has got a penalty, a 3-second penalty to be precise as well. Bradfield in 9th position at the moment, and Ayrton has got past Diashi. Good 70 there from the Mercedes drive down. Diashi dropping down 60 position there. Mike is on the hard tire as well. Smith Almighty has just dropped behind RDW then. Smith Almighty on the soft tire. Well, it's on 6 lap out soft tires. Actually, the shine is gone then. And now as Diashi's had an appalling run there, and it looks like Mike has got past well. But Diashi there, no DRS there, of course. Look at these cars. There's 3 abreast then. No, there's 2 abreast then. That camera really caught me out then. Goodness gracious me then. As we're now down then into the chicane. So, oh no, and there's a bit of a contact there. Mike slams the door shut there on the nose cone of Diashi, and he had a half spin there, but luckily it's all good then. Ayrton has now got past Smithy D, or has he? Smithy D, oh my goodness, Smithy D there almost collected RDW there, and goodness me then, that would have, oh, and Curly, oh goodness me, he's getting very squirrely in front of us there. Curly's right end there is getting very floaty, wasn't it? Goodness me then, there's a bit of helium in that back end of that racing point. Goodness gracious me. And I've got to say, that was very good car control there. Oh goodness me, Gunnar and Energetics, and Gunnar trying to pinch him on the inside there, but Energetics is through. He has the track. Oh my word there. And Gunnar there just giving Bradfield a love tap, isn't he? Coming out of turn 20 there, and Gunnar is now up into 9th position, and Bradfield is in 8th position, and then Energetics now has the chance to stretch his legs there, and let's see what he can do on these soft tires. That the gap at the front then is 8/10 second. And Energetics has got another penalty as well. He's starting to rack up these penalties, Energetics, as we look at the penalty situation in just a jiffy, as we are half distance in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I keep saying Bahrain for some reason. Why am I in the Bahrain mode? I have no earthly idea, but there you go then. So I'm just now on board then with Bradfield at the moment. And as we're just on board then as well then, as we're just asking Nunes asking, why do they call you Ginger then? I think it's because of my love of ginger spice, my good man then. As we got Energetics there coming down the back straight then. He's trying to fend off Bradfield at the moment. Bradfield is, I gotta say, Bradfield's doing a good job. And what's that? There's Artie Wheeler. Oh goodness me there. And look, Ayrton almost got into the back as well. Oh, this again, very dicey. Ayrton, oh no, the 2 teammates have come to blows then. And Ayrton was trying to go up and under there. And Fran didn't see him coming in, and Ayrton unfortunately has been T-boned now, hasn't he? And Fran there has damaged the car. I don't think Ayrton's got damaged because they hit him on the right part of the car, but Ayrton is back at down to the back of the field, getting very dicey at the back. Here's on board the nose cone here of Fran. He's going to have all for them out of understeer then as well. Rambo is leading at the moment, then Sean Hammer second, Steve in 3rd position, Velocity in 4th, and Murphy is in 5th position. Oh, good stuff from Murphy. Cameron 6th, and 7th is Energetic Smithy D. Oh, Smithy D, he is parked. What's happened there? Smithy D is trying to get himself back out. DRS has been enabled then, as he is trying to get him. I'm not sure what's happened there. Murphy is set a fast lap racer. He is starting to really get some blistering form behind the car there. Remember, Murphy won the last race, a bronze last year as well. Can it be 2 in a row then into now we've got Fran coming in the pits. Well, Curly's also in the pits, and we've got 2 racing points coming in the pits, and it's a nightmare situation for Racing Point, like it was in the actual race there on Sunday as well then. Velocity is now coming just behind Steve as well at the moment then, as just on board now then. And as just on board once again then with Velocity coming down the back straight, and Ayrton in the pits well, so he does have damage as well. And this is such a shame indeed, isn't it? As Nuda saying, this has a lot of race instances, doesn't it? And look at this, and as I look down and then I look back, oh no, and Steve's going on the inside there. Short up, great car control from Steve. I thought he's going to, oh my word there. Oh, that is amazing stuff, and I tip my toupee off to you, Steve. Amazing stuff. He is up in the second position. Fantastic stuff from Steve. Oh my goodness me, and Sean Hammers didn't see Velocity. I don't think no, Sean Hammers is up the inside. Oh, the 3 abreast into the chicane. No earthly way. Fantastic stuff. Sean Steve is up in the second position there. Oh, amazing driving there. Absolutely fantastic. Borderline great. Borderline perfection. Amazingly great there. That's fantastic, isn't it? And Velocity trying to go up the inside once again then. Oh, amazing stuff indeed. Maybe I did say that maybe Sean Hammers didn't see Velocity, or maybe he did there and was going to slam the door shot there on the Williams car as well. Fantastic race. I'm loving this. This is fantastic stuff indeed then. Oh, amazing stuff indeed. I'm trying to get through your comics, guys, but every time I look up and everything else is happening as well. Keep on coming, guys. Keep on coming. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Rembo's got a 4.2 second gap at the road. She's looking very strong at the moment, isn't she? Albeit there, as we said, there is an asterisk next to her name now, of course, saying with that jump start potentially, which is going to probably, which might be going against her at this moment. Now, velocity is all over the back of Sean Hammers at the moment. Steve is now in second position. They're battling away. And Murphy is now homed up to the back of his battler as well. And Energetics there is in the 7th position as well, and Gunnar doing a great job actually in a 9th position there. I sound surprised there. Of course you shouldn't be surprised there. This is a race where Gunnar really thrives on, isn't it? Of course he just he uses his 128 race starts, that give or take, from Gunnar now. I can't remember the exact number now. Oh, his velocity has just gone to the back of Hammers there. Luckily though, Velocity was controlled there. He didn't damage the car, and it was just a love tap again then. And look at this DRS as well. Look, there's Murphy in the background as well. And I've got to say, I'm really interested to see Murphy against Velocity. I'm actually looking forward to this one. This is going to be good, isn't it? And we've got Sean Hamilton Steve in there as well. I've got to say, we're spoiled for choice tonight, we with the battle in here has been brilliant. Velocity, Energetics now is up in 7th position, getting past Bradfield once again there. Bradfield is determined not to be shaken off, is he? And here is Murphy then, and Velocity is just in front as well then. So yeah, Murphy against Velocity. This is a very intriguing battle, isn't it? Lovely shot here from the helicam then, as we are going under the hotel. Look at that. That's a splendid place to stay, isn't it? Unfortunately, I can't really say for sure. I just assume it's a good place to stay. Look at the understeer here on Velocity. My goodness me, there. And yeah, the understeer around here is on Velocity's car and getting is very difficult indeed, then, isn't it? Serious much saying that is great, respectful driving there, brilliant stuff indeed. And Nunes saying the exit was amazing from Steve. It really was, wasn't it? Absolutely fantastic stuff. And Energetics there is struggling at this stage of proceedings, isn't he? Doesn't have the pace around here. Energetics doesn't at the moment now. As oh no! And Bradfield is in the wall, and he is oh goodness me! And Bradfield is damaged the car as he's just recovering now. Then, oh goodness me, Hardy Weeder is up in the 10th position. Hardy Weeder would love to get some points in the Renault, wouldn't he? Of course, I don't think he's got any points at the moment, has he? Now, I apologise for my reaction now. I don't know what I was doing now. I just get too excited around here, don't I? I need to calm it all down now. I just need to take it down 3 notches, or maybe all of it, really. So back with this battle here then, and that is Velocity. Then Bradfield dropping down the order. That's a shame for Bradfield, isn't it? Back on board with Murphy then, who's hugging the inside part of the course as well. Look, Camera Racer is really... Oh, Smithy D is out of the race. He's gone off at the perilous turn 3. It is a safety car again then. So now what is going to happen here? Velocity has got a 5-second penalty as well. He's damaged the car as well. Velocity has a... Oh my word there. As... Oh my word, this race has just got more twists and turns in Monaco at the moment, hasn't it? Or, oh my word, I don't even know what to say anymore. What a great way to end the ALR, isn't it? Of course, it's just, there's another sting in another twist until they're into the pit seconds at Rentbo at the moment then. Yes, so she's in the pit then. She leads the race at the moment, doesn't she? Look at this, they all are diced into the pit, and Velocity we're on board with now, as Velocity is having a very difficult old race at the moment. Look at that then, Velocity there, almost doing a Fernando Alonso there. Is just trying to overtake that. Energetics there is trying to back up. Is he trying to back up the field? Well, he's not really, is he? Or maybe just being a bit harsh there. I thought Energetics would have tried to back up the field a bit like what Carlos Sainz did or didn't do there. He didn't really do much of backing up, did he? But either way then, look, there's the Alfa Romeo team there. And whatever happens there, look, Energetics is it is not too bad there. They're still trying to get in position there, so it's still going to be it's still, the damage is still done next. He's lost out to Guna there. Velocity has just come on the pits as well. He has changed those tires. I think he's also served the 5-second penalty as well, the world champion. Good stuff indeed then. That's now accelerating out then as well there. Gio's now on phone then. Good stuff indeed there, Gio then. Hopefully you might have to turn me down as well then, because I do have a very noisy and very annoying high-pitched voice then, don't I? Cheers much, and then Saucer all coming up now then. Albeit Renbo and Hammers is on the medium tire then. So interesting stuff here in this race. Mike is up to 9th position. Good stuff indeed there from Mike then. Good recovery after him and Cummings there did have have a bit of a blow, didn't they, down the second and back straight as well. Diashi in 10th position there, doing a good job as well. They're really surviving out there. It's about survival of the fittest at the moment in this race, isn't it? Good gosh. Curly Red, who had a great qualifying performance, down in 11th position. Only 5 laps owed medium tyres as well. Ayrton there is coming in the pit set. He is now on the soft tyres there, and that should get him to the end of the race as well then for the Mercedes driver then, as he comes out of the pits now then. And Serious Rose to say Gunar's up to 6. He's a god. Yeah, I think that Gunnar doing a. I think Gunnar. That's what he just mentioned a couple of hours ago. He's doing a great race today, isn't he? And he's just minding his own business there and just keeping out of trouble. And these are days like today there, which the likes of Gunnar there really does a good job of picking up points there. So let's take stock then with 11 laps to go. Rembo is leading. Second is Sean Hammers. Third is Steve Murphy up in the 4th position as well. And good stuff indeed there for Murphy. Remember this time last night he was so close to win the silver championship, so he's got something to prove tonight then, I feel. Camera Racer in 5th position now. Gunnar in 6th then. Energetics in 7th with Velocity in 8th position at the moment. Both those two drivers got penalties. We'd look at those in a minute. Mike in 9th position and Diashi in 10th and Curly in 11th position. I wonder if Curly might come in the pits. He's done 5 laps on those medium tyres. RDW in 12th position, and Fran 13th, Bradfield 14th, Smithy in 15th, and 16th position is Ayrton as well. 4 retirements. Smithy Almighty out of the race, and Cummings out of the race as well. Nunda and Newman out of the race. Because of those final 2 retirees, that means that Nunda is third in the driver's standings. So hats off to Nunda there. A brilliant performance there from Nunda this season, absolutely fantastic then. Penalty situation looks like this at the moment then, so Energetics has 9 seconds worth of penalty then, so he needs to hope then that safety car don't come out again then, Otherwise he might be dropping down the field quite heavily as well. Velocity also have 3 seconds worth of penalties as well. Remember, I think that penalty came when he was battling with Energetics as well, getting very close, wasn't it? Curly in the 11th position, a 3-second penalty. RDW got 9 seconds worth of penalties, but he is so close to points then, RDW. Can he do it? We've also got Fran 3 seconds and Bradfield also 3 seconds as well. And that is in a nutshell what has occurred in the penalty stakes then. In the constructor stakes then, what is happening here then? I hear you all say Mercedes 7 points behind at Racing Point at the moment. Both Mercedes are not actually gaining any points, and none of those 2 teams are scoring points at the moment, so it's going to stay as it is then. Other teams then are also status quo as well then. I think the close battle was between the Racing Point and Mercedes then. And unfortunately Cummings there is not going to break into the top 10 now as he's out of the race, and Steve could potentially break into the top 10 there as he is about 17 points away at the moment. He's on 15 at the moment, Steve is, and so he might be able to sneak into a top 10 finish there, which just shows that Steve has got good performance in that Ferrari, doesn't he? Really good stuff indeed then. So hopefully the safety car will be in then this lap, then we'll be back racing. We still got the twisty bit to come then, don't we? So Rembo is leading then, but of course there's a bit of a cloud under her race at the moment there, isn't there? As the safety car is in the end this lap then for a potential jump to start, albeit she lagged out, came back in the session there, and she's been leading the race ever since, hasn't she? Rembo is leading this race at the moment, and she's looking very calm at the front, isn't she? Very good stuff indeed then. But Sean Hammers there is second at the moment. Sean Hammers has already had a race win this season. Unfortunately, that was decided in the steward's room for Hammers. I'm not sure if he'll be happy about that or not. I doubt he would be, really. He would love to win it on track, wouldn't he? He's on the medium tyres, the front 2 are. Also, Gunnar and Diash are on fresh medium tyres, and Bradfield as well. Fresh soft tyres for everyone else then. Curly Red has done 6 laps on those medium tyres, and 3 laps done for Fran on those medium tyres, and Smithy D as well. Then we are going to be back racing in just a moment's time indeed. Then 10 laps to go of ALR in 2020 as well. Bert Mylander, is that going to be the last time we see Bert Mylander in 2020? Well, kind of, I hope so, because this race has been action packed, hasn't it? But here we go, we are back racing in Abu Dhabi then for one more time, I think. I hope so. Let's see how this is going to go then. So Rembo is back and right up then, and when is Rembo going to go? She is going. When is she going then? And here we go then. Look at this, and it's a very slow getaway then, but Rembo leads in a severe collisions there all the way down there, and it's Energetics, I think, and Velocity then have gone into severe collisions as well, and Velocity is I think pulling off then, and the world champion, and I think has had enough then, hasn't he? So Velocity might be out of this race then. He has pulled off. He hasn't retired just yet. I don't think he's just pulled off actually, and just got out of the way then, perhaps Gunner's dropped on the order then, as Gunner's got a 3-second penalty, but looks like them, but he's dancing on the outside of Energetics again, and these two have had a great battle, haven't they, so far? Carter 83, the Irishman then, and now we've got Mike then, who's on the inside then, yellow flag then, for the figures for velocity at the back then. Energetics then is now going underneath the rear wing of Gunner then, they're side by side, and look at Gunner, he's got so much straight line speed in that, Renault, fantastic stuff there from Gunner then, and oh goodness me, I've also got Steve then, and oh, Mike has gone to Gunner, and oh no, and there's it's all messy down the chicane, as then Mike has damaged the car, and now we've got a racing point there, trying to go off and under of the Alpha Romeo there. Mike has damaged the car, hasn't he? And a yellow flag as one of the Alpha Taris has gone on fair figures. Bradfield by looks then, it's getting a bit messy in the midfield here in the bronze end. Lap 20 out of 28 as well then, and look at this as well, as they are very close, they're going over the chicane and there. Oh my goodness me, and I gotta say, what do you expect from bronze end? Fantastic stuff, isn't it, in terms of action? I'm not sure if it's fantastic in terms of something to drive in here tonight then, and look at this as well, and there's been some amazing driving, and then it's been a little bit of shenanigans as well. Hardy Wee then is out so close to that point then as well, in 10th for this now, he's looking strong as well in the Renault. Steve is now at 9 tenths a second away from then, so Steve and Rempa, they came to blows I think in Russia if I'm not very much mistaken then, so hopefully that doesn't have a repeat of itself, and Rempa said the fast out of the race there. Mike is surely we've understood it. Energetics there is gone off then, and he's in the wall, he is out of the race. Energetics is the man who is second in the World Championship said, so Energetics has gone in a virtual safety car in this race as well then, goodness gracious me then, and goodness gracious me then, it's been a I gotta say, it's been a very carbon fiber heavy Grand Prix as an Energetics out of the race then, and that's his final race in final race of the season as well, 2020 in ALR then as well, so disappointed in for Energetics, and of course he finishes the season there with 6 wins and 8 pole positions there and 10 podiums, so I think a very strong performance there from Energetics this season as well. I can't believe you're on our draw of the day though, Energetics, goodness me then, and I gotta say, sometimes you don't get draw of the day when you probably deserve it, when you're really commanding at the front end. It does look very easy though when you're in the front of the field, doesn't it? And that's probably why you don't get as much credit, do you? But when you are at the front of the field though, it's a drive-through penalty there for Bradfield as well. That is not good at all, is it? For that's not good at all for Bradfield, is it? I think he got a bit too excited there. Ayrton now is right behind his team, and then Ayrton is on the soft compound tires in 13th position there. It's been a very interesting race. Look at Hardy Wee, he is flying now, isn't he? He's coming up the grid then, Hardy Wee is. He hasn't scored points so far this season. He is 7-8 for this then, Hardy Wee is. So good stuff indeed there. He should have got points in Spain, I feel there. Of course, he judged the tires absolute perfection in Singapore as well, didn't he? He came in the pits there absolutely perfectly, didn't he? He was like a weather guru, wasn't he? And he's gone a bit wide though. Oh, he's getting a bit squirrely on the exit as well there. The back end there was lighting up then, goodness gracious me then. And a good gosh, so now then Hardy Wee then is in 8th position. DRS has been enabled then. Look at now the night is starting to take over the daylight. The natural light is starting to fade then, as the artificial lights are starting to illuminate this beautiful Abu Dhabi circuit there. And of course they're in the final 7 laps then of ALR bronze then of season of 2020 as well then. And I think it's been a great season. Of course, this is the longest ALR bronze season in history. This is the first full season of bronze as well. We only had 9 races last season in bronze, and Curly it looks like he was beached on the curb there, and Diashi has took an advance there and got on the outside there. We've got both racing points. Remember, both racing points are both Mercedes. 7 points separates those 2 cars there, and this is going to get very juicy indeed there. And Curly has dropped down the order now. Smithy D is now in 10th position now. Of course, he was drafted in late on in racing points battle for the 8th for 9th for the Constructors Championship moment. Smithy D's done a good job. He scored 6 points so far. Curly Red is who was on the front row. It's kind of gone a bit pear-shaped since qualifying. He's going up the inside, on the inside of his teammate, and a good stuff indeed then. And look at this, so is Curly Red has gone has now got the high ground as well. Fran, they're getting a bit Fran, they're getting also a bit heavier on the accelerator as well. Hardy Wee coming in 8th position moment. They're really giving Mike some food for thought as well. Both racing points are still battling away. Smithy D is on the outside there. That's exceeding track limits there, of course. He is on the pit apron there. Brilliant. Of course, the support pit apron as well. Good gosh then. And now then, as we're coming out into the technical part of the circuit as well then. So this is where Curly Red there could perhaps try and gain a bit of space at the moment then over his teammate then. And so it just shows there's no team orders there, and the racing point is there. At the moment, no, there needs to be a big old swing, doesn't it, in terms of points there. Rembo setting her fast up the race, she is starting to really stretch her legs then in the Haas at the moment. Good stuff indeed then. Stee is second at the moment, and he is at 3 seconds back from Rembo on those soft tires. Rembo's got genuine speed around here, hasn't she? Incredible stuff indeed then. And in third position is Sean Hammers there. Murphy is just very happy and full for the moment there. Of course, Murphy doing a great job there. Of course, last night then, he was so close, wasn't he, to winning the silver then. Just couldn't get there in the end. 5 seconds away from being the world champion of silver. But in the end, it was German, wasn't it? France got a 3-second penalty. That was a bit harsh because he was turning into the oversteer, wasn't he? So that was a bit harsh there. Gunnar in 6th position. Fantastic performance there from Gunnar. Oh, and from there, diving out, setting up the inside there. Oh my goodness me, then Smithy D probably was caught unaware. And now then Smithy D is going to use DRS, from Fran. He's also using DRS as well. I think that Fran there is not having any of the racing points games here as we're coming down the back straight then as well as oh goodness me then. And now then we've got the Mercedes there on in 10th for this as well, and that's still not enough for Mercedes. Of course, they are 7 points away from racing point as it stands at the moment, and Smithy D is not going to let that one lie, is it? Look at this, and this is a great battle in as well between the racing point and the Mercedes, and of course you could say it's an all Mercedes battle as well, isn't it? Of course, racing point or tracing point as I should say, or the pink Mercedes against the black Mercedes, and the pink Mercedes has come out on top so far. Curtis got a 3-second penalty as well. Ayrton sat in 13th position. He hasn't got any penalties yet, nor Smithy D either then. And look at this, and this is getting very fruitful indeed, isn't it? On board now then with Fran then as we're going into the technical part of the circuit. RDW then is keeping Mike company at the moment. I'm not sure if Mike likes the company, but RDW is giving him company nonetheless. So isn't he? Good stuff. But as now then we're on that 24 out of 28 then as well as Bradfield then is Bradfield and Velocity are wild down now. They'll be home for a safety car of some kind, won't they, to get them back into this race now. But fortunately Velocity, I think this will be the first time Velocity finishes this race. This will be the first time that Velocity hasn't scored a point then, and that would be the case if he stays where he is. Thank goodness me then, because he's not had no DNFs this season, and of course he's finished every race, which means he's gotten the points in every single race as well then. So at the moment that record, it could be coming to an end tonight, and he is about half a minute or just over half a minute away from Ayrton in 13th position, because Ayrton is not even in the points at the moment either. As look at this as well, as they are now backing up into the chicane at the moment, and look at this as they're coming down the back straight once again. This is great racing, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then, as now then we're on board going down then into the chicane as well once again. Look at this, look at this, hopping over the curbs, and Steve at the moment now is 3/10 of a second in front of Sean Hammers there. Murphy is in fourth position and happily driving along then in fourth position now. Camera Racer in fifth, Gunnar in sixth position, and Fran and Smithy D are, look at this, how close they are. Oh no, it's going to get too close for comfort. Smithy D now, I gotta say, how does Smithy D keep that car pulling in the right direction? It's beyond, oh no, and once again the racing points there are getting very interested there. Smithy D is gone. Oh no, and the racing points there. This could be a major problem for the racing point. At the moment, it is not as it stands there. Oh goodness me, and Camera has got a 3-second penalty as well. The penalties are starting to build up there as Velocity is I'm not sure, I think Velocity must start driving for penalty. Rempo's got a 3.5-second gap now over Stee in second position there. I think at the moment Stee is on prime position there to win his first Grand Prix in bronze at the moment. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Smithy D is in the pits there. What a shame there for, no he isn't. I think he's had to spin now on the back straight then as the Mercedes and he's got a 3-second penalty as the Mercedes and Racing Point battle has started to spread out slightly. And look at these cars here. And Mike has got a bit of a train behind him now. It's a bit of a DRS train. Mike seems to be very quick down the back straight, doesn't he? And unfortunately, that's not. Oh my word! That Gunnar is having a look then. And a Camera Racer back in front then. So it looks like Gunnar might have just backed out there slightly. Perhaps he felt he had too much speed there as well. Steve has been dropped down. He's dropped down into 8th position now. Look at this. There is Sean Hammers, who's now in second position there. Steve has dropped down to third position now. The racing point of Smithy D is having some major issues then. Steve is dropped down, and Sean Hammerson is now technically leading this race then. If my calculations are correct then, good stuff indeed there for Sean Hammerson. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there, as just on board now then with Sean Hammerson. So he's now at 3.8 seconds back at the moment, as we've got a racing point really struggling on the back straight there. RDW and Gunnar, the two Renault cars that are really starting to put the squeeze then on their competitors, and Gunnar is past. So he's up in the 5th position. Gunnar's having an absolutely stellar race there. He's got penalties though, hasn't he? But Gunnar doing a good job at the moment. Camera Racer dropping down 6th position. Camera Racer really struggling. Is there a problem there for that Red Bull? I'm not sure, but he is he's starting to be dropped now, isn't he, by Camera Racer and Murphy. Murphy is 7 seconds at the road, on board with RDW as well. Also having a good performance as well. RDW is, and so both Renaults doing a great job at the moment. Diashi in the 9th position, and Fran in 10th position as well. Curly Lam, Ayrton in 12th position, and Bradfield 13th, Smithy D in 14th, Velocity down in 15th position as well. As we're coming down the back straight then, as Steve has now dropped down the order, and Steve is running into some problems there, isn't he? Is he racing his soft tires too hard then? He has also gone wide then. Murphy is just going to go up and under, and Murphy is through, and he's on the podium now then. Here as Smithy D is up, Smithy D is out of the race, I should say then, and out of, well, it's such a shame there as well for Smithy D. He's banging on the fringes of the points head. Edison's got past the second racing point as well. D. Ashley as a Camera Racer is just cruised up, just got past there. I knew he was out in the background there. Artie Weeder has dropped down the order as well then, and look at this, it's getting very close as there between Gunnar and we got Yo Flags in one, and that's a racing point now, just coming out of the just retiring in the coming out of the pits as well then. Just on board just on board now as well with Gunnar then. As you can see then, we've got Camaro just in front then. Gunnar is set in 6th position, and Mike is 7th, Diashi is 8th, and RDW is dropping back there, but he currently has, I think he has enough of a gap, doesn't he? Let's take a look then. RDW has 12 seconds worth of penalties. Velocity is set the fastest lap of the race set, as he is really going great guns now, isn't he? Velocity is set. Red Bull is currently leading the race, but I think it's going to be Sean Hammers there. Steve's off the circuit. Oh no! And the Ford drivers having an absolutely outstanding race. Is off the circuit, and that is such a shame. That is, what a blow then for Steve then, and he is going to score no points. And Ayrton's in the points as well. Mercedes and Camera Racers had issues as well. What is occurring in the final stage of this race then? RDW is now down to 7th position. Diashi up to 6th. Mike is in 5th. Gunnar is in a fantastic 4th position at the moment. And Steve is gonna be absolutely devastated. Oh dear, what is going on then? That 27 out of 28, and Murphy is now on the podium as well. Gunnar is currently a 4th at the moment then. On the in the Renault then, we've got Mike, who is 6 seconds back. Diashi is also in at 6th position as well. Diashi doing a great job. Mike could potentially be in 4th position. Gunnar having his his best race performance in the whole of ALR. Ayrton's had problems. Ayrton has dropped out of the points again now. Oh goodness me then. Ayrton was on the cusp of a couple of points then, but it still was enough then for the Mercedes team. Was that on board then with Mike then, and Mike has got no penalties, but he has been racing with a damaged front wing, hasn't he, in the last few, as Velocity has gone off the circuit, and as I think that's frustration, isn't it, from the world champion, but no one can take away that he is the world champion of bronze, isn't he? He's had a bit of a disappointing end to this year, has he? But I gotta say, this season, the whole of the season, he's been absolutely fantastic. His job done, though, isn't it, for Velocity, the world champion, isn't it? In the Williams as well. Of course, Williams has been absolutely formidable as well. They really have indeed done. Rembo then is on her final lap, and she's got 5 seconds in front of Sean Hammers, who is second at the moment then, but I think it'll be Sean Hammers who'll be taking the spoils here tonight then. Murphy in 3rd position, Gunnar in 4th, and Mike is 5th, and Diashi is 6th, RDW is 7th, Camaro is 8th, and Fran 9th, and Curly in 10th position, Ayrton is 11th, and Bradfield 12th, Steve 13th, and Velocity in a 14th position as well, as we're on the final tour of ALR 2020 then, and it's absolutely brilliant stuff indeed then, as we are now then flying down then into the final part of the race. Well, Steve is retired from the race as well then, as we're now on board then with Rembo then, as she is leading this race from start to finish then, but unfortunately it's been under a cloud, hasn't it? So she did jump the start then, and And she's now coming through the final turn as well. And so Rembo is going to cross the line first. I would sound a bit more excited than what I am, but I think this is a bit of an undercloud then as well as we see her jump the start. But Rembo does cross the line first there and wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. She does have a 5-second penalty. It'll be Sean Hammers taking his second Grand Prix win of his career. No, he doesn't. Murphy takes the win. Then once again, the 2 seasons in a row in bronze there. Dan is taking the Grand Prix win there. Second is Sean Hammers. Rembo in third position. Gunnar is in a fantastic fourth. I know it's Mike in fourth, Diashi fifth. Gunnar might be in sixth position now, and that's a brilliant performance there for Gunnar. Camaro is seventh and Fran eighth. Artie Wee is in ninth position now. I think Artie Wee is going to get those first points of his season as well. Fantastic stuff there for Artie Wee then. Curly, Artie Wee, Ayrton is Fran is eighth. Ayrton is ninth, and they were 2 points away, I think, from the racing point. Artie Wee gets his first point of the season. Curly 11th and Bradfield 12th. Velocity is doing donuts and to celebrate his seasonal success as well. Under the lights here in ALR as well. But Murphy there getting I think that's his second Grand Prix win of bronze as well. Fantastic stuff for. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Brilliant stuff from Velocity. We're on board with him now then as he is taking it very nice and steady, isn't he, in the final part of course. And Artie Wee Velocity is the world champion of bronze, isn't he? The Williams have also wrapped up the constructors as well. Nunda has got third position in the drivers championship tonight. Energetics has got second position in the driver's stand as well. He is runner up. Velocity though is your world champion of bronze, and as he comes across the line as well. Or does he? As he is teasing me as well, then as he does a nice pirouette then on the grid as well. Then it's a lovely end of season celebration as well, echoing the Mercedes team of on Sunday, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Sunday as well. Goodness me, I'll get all my days mixed up as well. Then and there is Velocity then, and of course he's had a superb season. As Velocity has, as we've mentioned already, 4 Grand Prix wins, 3 pole positions, but he's had a similar season to Granty. If anyone remembers Granty in season 2 of Gold. Where Granty didn't, I think he had 3 wins that season, but it was his podiums, wasn't it? It was just absolutely did the damage there, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then as well then. Right then, it's there it is. So it is Sean Hammers with his second Grand Prix win as well. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Sean Hammers there. Really good. No, it isn't. It's Murphy, I say. Sorry, Murphy has won the Grand Prix. I am going all over the show, and goodness gracious me then. Absolutely good stuff indeed then. Driver of the day goes to Gunnar and Diash, I think now, because they have driven absolutely superbly, haven't they then? Let's take a final look at the classification then from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Keep an eye out for the top 10 on Twitter, which will be coming up after this race, approximately, give or take, about 2 hours or something like that, maybe an hour. Right then, Murphy then, who won the race at his second Grand Prix, second time in 2 seasons that Murphy has capped off bronze for a race win. He did it in Azerbaijan. He's done it tonight as well. Good performance there from Murphy. Sean Hammer's a great second there. Rembo in third position there, but of course she did a jump start. Mike in fourth position. Diashi a strong fifth there. Gunnar brilliant sixth there. Camera Racer a strong seventh there. Mercedes 8th and 9th, and they kept it clean, didn't they? And potentially could have stolen that 8th position away from Racing Point then. Artie Wee getting his first points of the season. Congratulations there to Artie Wee in 10th position there. Lovely stuff. And Curly Red 11th and Bradfield 12th. Steve retired from the race then. Velocity the world champion in 14th. Smithy D, Energetic, Smith Almighty, Cummings, Newman all retired there from the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And now then, in the gantry then, I think I've been joined by Mike. Mike, I think I've been joined by Mike anyway. Mike, yeah. I think that would look like a very frustrating end to your season tonight then as well. You got your first pole position of your career tonight. It was an absolutely fantastic pole position, but unfortunately, the race didn't go your way.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the way I wanted to end the season from a racing capacity, but very happy with the first pole position. I didn't think I'd have enough to beat Sean. He put in an incredible Q2 and then a 33.7 in Q3. I thought that was untouchable, but I managed to pull it out, so very happy with that. Few incidences in the race, but you know, the less said the better in relation to that, and managed to get myself back onto the podium after that.
Absolutely brilliant stuff. Well done, Mike. Then let's come to Sean Hammers, then, who finished second today. Once again, Sean, your consistency has been absolutely mega this season. I think since returning back to full-time racing in bronze, then you've got your 5th podium there. Talk about your race for us.
Oh, well, I spent most of it in confusion to how Renbo was leading, but yeah, well done to her, because no one could catch up to her. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a few good battles with Steo. I had one with Mike at the start, I think. Yeah, overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, well done, Sean, mate. Good battle,
Yeah,
brilliant stuff. Well done, Sean. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And I think that we got Diashi in the part as well. Diashi, I got to say once again, you've shown some amazing drive this season as well. And you climbed yourself up to 5th position. Talk about your race.
It was a bit exhausting because I had some crucial moments. I got down the order, but then I came back very strong. Had some nice battles with Mike, and they did well.
But a very good 5th position as well, then, and absolutely well deserved. Rembo, I got to say there's a lot that you was racing under a dark cloud there of that old jump start from the stream then. But talk us about your race then.
Oh, phenomenal start for myself. Yeah, best start. I don't know what to say, John. So, join back. I was 5 seconds ahead. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know what. Yeah, I'm not taking podium win whatever I've had, but yeah, interesting race.
But I got to say, when you was in front, and you did have a very good pace though as well. No one could catch you.
I mean, yeah, no one catch you, right? But then it got the safety car restart, right? I have never done one in my life, right? So having 3 safety car restarts in one race, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, right? Quickly search on YouTube how to do a safety car restart, like. Nah, I had Mike in my ear telling me to do, so thanks to Mike today.
Just trying to help.
Good stuff indeed. Well done, Redbow. And let's come to Murphy, who twice in the last 2 bronze seasons you've taken the win there, Dan. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, last year I was a bit more kind and I pulled over and let everyone pass, but this year Farf gave me permission to do what I wanted to do. So I did.
Well, that's a scary thought, isn't it? Good stuff indeed then, Dan. Well done. And I'm going to hand you over to Farf now as well then. So Farf, you got a few words?
I have indeed. So obviously this season's been up and down. As a joint decision, Rhymes will be no more. Come decisions seem toxic, and we think with Nosy leaving, it's better to run the 2 leagues between the rest of the admins. Obviously more information will follow on Discord, so be on the lookout.
Yeah, that's some sad news that is to end the brilliant season that Bronze has been then. So it's Dave Cummings saying he can here. So what the announcement was then is that unfortunately Bronze is going to be no more. We're going down to 2 leagues. So unfortunately there's been I should say it's been very difficult from the driver's side, unfortunately, and with Nosy also taking a step back, as he's been a fantastic admin for the last 2.5 seasons, as we mentioned in the stream. Now he's been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? And I think that. We've only 3 admins left, or 2.5, would you say? Because I don't do much. We've just Dan in Farfair going to be running the show for silver and gold next season. So he's in fine hands. So don't worry about that. But unfortunately, bronze there. It's been a very difficult season for bronze, and it's a bit emotional really because bronze I think has had some great racing towards last season. This season has been a lot of ups and downs really. Velocity has done a great job in the race as well. So yeah, that's pretty sad to announce as well, and that's a bit of a downer. We're ending ALR in 2020 this season. Such a shame as well. I can see all your comments coming in as well. It is a bit emotional, but don't worry, ALR Gold and Silver will be back for Season 5 as well. That is on January the 10th. Keep an eye out for the season reviews, which will be next Sunday, Monday and Tuesday for Gold, Silver and Bronze then as well. We've also got a lovely highlights package as well, which will be launching on Christmas Day sometime-ish as well. So keep your eyes peeled then as well. Is that there'll be more information in the drivers Discord as well about the what is occurring and all that kind of stuff. Thank you guys for joining us today. Brilliant stuff indeed. Thank you to the admins. Knowles has been fantastic for all of ALR. Dan's been brilliant in silver, and Farf's been brilliant in bronze as well. And really looking forward to season 5 for ALR Gold. We'll catch you in the new year. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy Christmas as well. And enjoy the season reviews. Goodbye.